trapped in it.
Yeah, I was thinking that. I was thinking Aedan could be trapped in it, or somebody
Yeah.
else.
Yeah, there's a life trapped in here.
Oh, that's right.
I'll have to identify it for sure tomorrow.
So, Belari, you are in a room that's got a couple candles, and there's a strange engraved, basically inlaid tile, star-shaped inscription on the floor.
Yeah, I'm
Do you
not
wish to
stepping on
stand
that.
on it?
No, I don't wish to stand on it.
Touch it. Are you in immediate danger? Or
I don't know. I don't know if I'm in immediate danger.
Okay, you were yelling like you were.
Well, because I'm trapped in a room and I'm very hurt.
You were trapped in a room for many
There's
years as the concubine to an ogre mage or whatever.
And
I'm sure you
having
can handle a few
PTSD.
minutes.
I have PTSD.
There's a door off to your side, Belari.
Does it look like it's trapped? Like, do I see runes or anything like that on it?
This door doesn't seem to have any runes on it. It is a stout door. It's framed all in brass, all the way around the edges. It's got a brass scutcheon plate and a brass door handle.
Would it still be glowing from detect magic? Were it to be magic?
Oh, Gale's here.
I wouldn't see it. I mean, I would only you would see it.
Is Gale logged in?
Hear me?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Here's Gale's old friends. Everybody was reminiscing on your old friends, Gale.
Hey, too bad they ran away.
Yeah.
What's that?
Hey.
Too bad they ran away.
Well, didn't you die in the cave with the bear?
A previous character did.
Oh, yeah, that's...
Gale never did.
Sorry, Darkish.
The bear ran away. And then he...
There we go. Hey, Warren, I'm going to at least attempt to try to see if there's any traps on this door, even just like mundane traps.
All right, go ahead.
I'm going to try. Oh, of course not. I can't find shit.
The door doesn't look to have any obvious traps on it, but if you recall, your last door hurt.
Yeah, well, I know, but there was obvious stuff on that one, though. I just thought if I slipped through, it wouldn't affect me. I'm gonna very, tenderly kind of reach out and see if the door's locked, and be prepared to jump away if it's that.
Do you have acrobatics?
Well, of course.
Oh, okay, sweet.
Oh, great. Here we go.
Did you make your roll?
Oh, you wanted me to make the roll. Oh, I'd never. Okay, you just said asked me if I had it.
Oh yeah, no, go ahead.
not.
All right. Let's
yes.
see here. All right, so Belari, you reach out, just stepping kind of with your back against the wall, and slowly reach your hand out. And as you do so, your hand touches the brass knob handle of the door, and you push down on it tentatively, and yank your hand back, and all of a sudden, there is nothing but the hand. The brass handle does not move. It is stuck fast. And now that you examine the brass knob, it looks like it's just a fake accoutrement of the door. It doesn't even look like it has the ability to turn. It looks like it's welded to the scutcheon plate.
A decorative handle.
I'm sorry. Like, what actually happened here? What was I rolling a tumbling check for?
Just to see if you could deftly, because you failed your detect traps.
Okay, so what was the trap, though? I guess I kind of misunderstood you.
Oh, there wasn't. There, you didn't find the trap, but you also didn't open the door. But you probably would have avoided it if it had been one.
Okay, so is this like maybe? So this is like the doorknob is maybe. Yeah, I mean, I'll take a listen at the door. Detect noise. Okay.
Belgrakas, do you think there's any way through this door for the rest of us?
Yes, I think last time didn't I warrant determine what was left in terms of runes on this door?
There's definitely one of something left.
I think it was the hold or wizard lock or whatever.
Huh. Okay, so is that like a steady, almost like it's a maybe more of a tea kettle, or does it sound like somebody's making it?
It sounds. You heard it just once. It was a brief, kind of a quick, long, and then a short, and then it. You didn't hear it again.
Is it other than this weird doorknob? I mean, does it look like a regular door?
Yes.
All right. I'm gonna go Phantom and just slip underneath the door.
In the meantime, Warren, judging based on the runes that were on the other doors, the runes that were on this one before they were discharged, and the rune that's left, is there anything in common such that I can determine what this rune is that's left on the door?
Yes. You'll have to make a spellcraft check.
Okay.
All right. Oh, let's see here.
Some sort of glyph of warding. Odd though.
Do anything about it?
I could dispel it, but we should. There's another door with other runes on it as well. And I'm not entirely sure that both of these doors lead to the stairs that go down. Probably just one of them does. We should probably let Belari investigate if she
Yep.
can still do that in that ghost-like form that she can take before we decide which door
Got it.
to do that on.
All right. Belari steps through the door, and there's some grayish light coming in through a couple of portholes in this room, Belari. And they look like arrow slits, basically.
Okay.
And there is a ever-burning light sconce on the wall that illuminates this room, and there is a staircase leading down.
Oh, there we go. I'm gonna look at the door behind me. Is there any like runes on that side of the door?
There are no runes on that side of the door.
All right. I'm gonna go over here to this door. Is there any runes on this door?
No, there's no runes on that door on the backside either.
Okay. I'm gonna try to detect traps on it.
All right.
Jesus Christ. All right, fuck it. I tentatively test the doorknob.
All right. You test this doorknob, and it mirrors the one that you just came through, where it seems like it's a real doorknob, but it's actually just an ornamental one.
is there any is there? I'm gonna look around. Are there any any obvious way to open the door from this side besides using the doorknob? Is there let's say possible is there a torch? What is it? Scone or whatever?
Cons.
What? Yeah. What are they called that hold torches?
There's a sconce
sconce.
that illuminates
That's right.
the entryway to the stairwell, and it casts light out in this room. It's actually a little shadowed in this area over here.
All right, and you said this is a ever burning torch.
It's a sconce. It's a light sconce that's in the wall. It doesn't look like it's an actual torch. It looks like it's maybe a lamp.
Okay, I'm gonna fiddle around with it.
All right. You start fiddling around with it, and you see that it's as you look at the sconce itself, it looks like it's maybe it's a pewter sconce that's got fitting or a setting on it, and in the setting is some sort of crystal substance.
Okay, and can I pull it or yank it out or anything of that nature?
You could. You're gonna have to chip at it for a little bit.
No. What about this? What is this? A table or bench? What is that?
That looks like a bench that perhaps somebody that was guarding these arrow slits would have sat at.
I'm gonna go back to this door. I'm gonna just kind of push on the door, or
All right.
push and pull the door.
All right.
Where's the whistle coming from? Is it the arrow
that one-
slits?
That one sounded like it was behind you.
I spin around.
All right. You spin around and look behind you, and there's nothing there other than your shadow. Hold on one second, Belari. What about Silli, Odie, Seto, Gale? What are you guys doing, Orth?
Standing around waiting to figure out what to do with these doors.
Silly wants to look out the.
All right, Orth's just looking there. He's got his sword all bared. Friggin', isn't he got a strength spell on him or something?
Yeah, he's got a strength spell on him.
So he's so Orth's just sitting there in his muscles, just
waiting for something to pop out.
All right.
That he can hit.
Hey, Belari's just going to activate a ring and just slip underneath the door.
All right.
Silly's looking out the arrow slits.
All right,
Yeah,
Silly. You look out the arrow slits and you think that you're going to be taking in quite the view of Rook Roost. And you look out and you see basically just kind of a bloodish red sky with churning clouds below you about, maybe 60 feet below you.
What the fuck?
Just churning and roiling in this reddish hued sky.
I'll
go look at that.
Well, I don't think we're anywhere.
Is it the same when you look from the I want to go back over here and look down.
All right.
Do I see the same thing?
You go over there and look down and you see the same thing.
So it's changed.
Yes. Yeah, it looks like it's different than the type of atmospherics that it looked like when you were coming into the...
We're going to share that information with Belgrakas.
Can we get home?
Guys, you see Belari coming at you guys from the other side.
There she is.
Yeah.
We can't go home.
We are home. Okay. Anyway.
Oh, we'll figure it out.
I say, guys, come over here because I think we could maybe batter our way through this particular door. I don't think it's magically sealed like the other door. I mean, I'm looking at this because I was able to get through with no problem, right, Warrant?
You were able to go underneath of it pretty easily.
Yeah, like the other door, I mean, I got literally
Does
triggered.
Have the black glyph on it?
Yeah.
Is this the door that had the black lift? Yeah.
Yes.
So
Huh.
maybe well, the thing about I just came from that room, and there is a spiral staircase that goes down further down into the tower. So we have to go through this door if we want to get to the stairway.
Oh, we
Right.
could just jump down here.
I'll show you kind of what it looks like as you look out. It's a very different view than every window you look out looks like that.
Maybe we could tie a rope to this banister and lower ourselves down.
Yeah. Can we see if we look down? If I like go over here and look along, over underneath where Silli is, can I see other floors open to the same?
No, all you see is that floor way down below you there. And then Belari had found some sort of stairwell in the room she was in. This, just based on any knowledge of etiquette, this looks to be perhaps the parlor of the sage who maybe relaxed here. Did you describe what was in those other rooms, Belari?
Well, I was yelling. Like there's I tell them about there is some sort of magic circle in this room, which I didn't get near, and then of course the stairway in here, and also I said there's some sort of whistling noise in here, and I couldn't identify where the whistling came from, and it seemed to kind of move around, which kind of scared me.
You think it might be traveling wind?
I thought it might be, but there was at one point where it seemed to just kind of, like I heard it right behind me at one point, and I could not see any obvious source of the whistle. But while I was in there, it didn't attack me or anything, so I'm not sure if I just got out of there just in the nick of time or what. But like I said, I was able to get through this door, and it had a totally different effect. I mean, I wasn't affected when I went through that door. So we might be able to get through here.
Would your ring fit under the door by itself?
What do you mean? Like
if
me
you
just
were to
putting the
if you were to travel into that room, take your ring off and slip it back under the door, would it fit?
It might. I mean, I'm sure it would. It's how much of a space is between the floor and the top of the door, bottom of the door there?
It would fit under the door that's over here, Belari. This door was so closely because it had all that brass
Right.
or that brass plating around it. This one is almost scrapes. Well, you haven't opened it, but it looks like it would scrape the ground. But this one, there's a gap underneath, probably about an inch.
Mm-hmm.
So you
No, I'm
there, slip the ring under the door. Someone else puts the ring on, joins you. We do the same for everyone.
All right. First off, though, I would like to get healed before I do anything else. I'm actually pretty hurt here.
Yeah, you look
Right.
beat up. What happened to you?
Well, going through that door over there.
Oh, the door did that. Oh.
Yeah, like the traps. I thought that being in my phantom form I would be protected, but I obviously wasn't.
Okay. So rivers, fireplaces, now doors can kill you. Okay.
Say, Warrant.
Hey,
When we look down on this floor here, does it look like this floor that's at the bottom is open to the rest of the circle? Or is it
if you look over the banister,
I'm back.
basically it looks down and you see what looks to be a little bit of light illuminating those strange looking dragon chicken things.
uh-huh.
And then there's a little bit of light source coming from beyond, but it's a fairly big room, and you can see what looks to be a solid wall to the west, and then the tower continues on with some corridors. It's hard to really make out from this distance with the length of wall that the banister is ahead, because the banister's on a wall, and the wall descends down probably 20 feet below you.
So it's
thought
only
you said-
20 feet to the next floor? Mark?
No, it's a ways down, but the banister is built on a thick section of stone that descends down about 20, and then it opens up below.
Ah. Do we want to?
How much
We
rope
could
do
look
we have?
pretty easily. Silly, do you want me to you down there?
How much rope do we have?
We just pulled up it from the balcony.
Yeah, I'll go.
We got 100 feet at least. All right.
Okay.
The total distance down looks like it's about 120.
What was our total distance up?
Well, we're in a strange place.
This what we're looking at here is sub ground floor.
Yeah, below it.
Why are we, guys? All we have to do is get through this door, and there's a stairs in there. I mean, we could be exposing ourselves to.
Just want to peek. If we can get some information that might change our approach rather than just bombing down the stairs.
Yeah, why don't you investigate a little, Belari?
Oh, Greyhawk, do you have that fall spell?
Yes.
Well, why don't we all just take a trip downstairs? We'll tie a rope off up here and jump.
Well, we don't have enough rope to get. We have 100 feet of rope, right?
Yeah, looks like I could take everybody, but
yeah, you should be able to take everybody with that.
but I think we don't want to necessarily do that without knowing what is down there.
So, Belari, do you want to go down the steps and see?
What about
There's-
fly?
See if there's what's down below us.
I mean, I could, but I mean, like I said, it's like I don't think this door is like for instance, there's a black rune there, right there, Warrant. But could that be it burned out?
Well,
Yes.
I'll go with you.
Belgrakas will tell you that's what happens when the runes are discharged; they become blackened.
Well, then that means the door can be forced open without triggering it. I mean, because I went underneath the door.
I think
All we have to do is bust it down.
Warren specifically said last time that it's not blackened as if it was used. It's just black.
Right,
Oh.
it's different.
Oh, Odie hears a whistle.
All right, fine. Silly, you want to go with me?
Odie, play your fiddle.
Odie jumps up and down and says, "Oh really? Oh really? Can I? Can I?"
Of course, you can always play your fiddle.
Except
All
when
right.
you really
He
quiet.
starts dancing up and down, and he starts to fiddle, and he starts playing kind of a slow melodic fiddling, and then he starts to sing and hop and fiddle, and he starts to fiddle, and then he kind of cocks his big ears forward and wiggles one of them, and then he fiddles, and then he, in the break part of the music, he fiddles and then he whistles. And Belari, you hear kind of a bang.
A bang from the door?
Yes.
I say something's in there.
Odie just keeps fiddling, and then he whistles again, and you hear that same bang again, Belari.
Now is it something like banging on that door?
I don't know. Do you want to look around the corner?
Can I assist him?
Well, I'm right there.
A
I mean,
whistling
what am I saying?
check.
You peek your head around, and right as he whistles again, there's another bang, and this door flies open and slams into the wall, and this door also flies open and slams into the wall.
Oh, jeez.
Ones. This one and this one.
This one and this one.
Okay.
Good job, Odie.
No,
He just
Job,
keeps fiddling, and then every once in a while, right as Belari's going to go through, he whistles and the doors slam again.
No. Leave him open.
no.
Whistle again.
He jumps up, kicks his crooked legs together, fiddling harder and harder, and then whistles again. And Silli, do you have?
I have whistling and humming.
Oh, you have that. You have that as a proficiency.
Yeah.
I think that could come in really handy right about now.
And
You could make it to see if you can imitate, because he also has that. And
I could roll it again if you want me to.
oh, did you roll it already?
Yeah. When
okay.
when he was whistling and doing his dance, I was trying to help him, so I threw in my whistling. But I can.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So you have the whistle down, and you were able to catch his with it. But
Who would have thought that the whistling proficiency would actually be helpful? that is amazing.
You'd be surprised, man. Let's see.
It was a racial proficiency too. It's a kind of cool proficiency. I mean,
Make an animal lore check here.
I can copy.
Ooh, everybody who has
Silly, or anybody that has it.
I think I could copy bird calls and shit like that.
Right. Poor Orth, man. Orth, the only time you make proficiency checks is when you're not trying.
Yep.
That just tells you need to stop trying, or if you need to just, be a loser, just, you'll be more successful in life.
Yes.
So Odie is just hopping up and down, and he's got a rhythm down. So about every 25 seconds or so, he whistles and the doors slam shut. And then he
All right,
whistles
stop
like,
whistling!
No,
Whistle when it opens.
Let him play. I can open the doors. It's fine.
he bounces up on this thing and starts fiddling away, and then he's on this table dancing and fiddling, and then he jumps up on here, and he's actually very deft. He managed to dance all over the game piece board without kicking any of the pieces over, but he's only about twice as big as one of the pieces.
Hey, Warren,
So-
I'm going to look around for a fly swatter.
All right, everybody is everybody has
I
much.
will murder you if you hurt him.
Does anybody else have animal lore?
Nope.
I do. I rolled it.
Oh, did you pass?
Yeah, I passed.
Okay.
Everybody is filled with much mirth because the player is good. He's good at fiddling, and it does add a little bit of levity to the
Kind of situation.
yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe I won't swat him.
He's fun.
Right. But anyway, when the door opens, the next time the door opens there, Warren, I'm going to stick one of those daggers into the door, like into the door thing, so it doesn't shut again.
All right. Where are you going to put the dagger?
Like when the door slams, when it opens, I'm gonna rush forward and I'm gonna put the dagger underneath the door,
Or
so
you
it
can
creates a stop.
You can
Okay.
we can hammer a piton into the ground, right?
Well, I have an extra dagger. It doesn't matter. I mean, it's I took a couple extra daggers for.
All right. You do that, and the door struggles against it, but it's not a super strong spell. It looks like a pretty simple cantrip spell that this guy put on here. Mainly for his own amusement. It doesn't really look like, other than the wizard lock, it doesn't really look like it was meant to be super.
Okay. So the whistling, though, I'm gonna kind of step back into the room.
Mhm.
And do I hear that the actual whistling sound again, or is it like
Make a hear noise.
Okay.
All right, you can't cock your head up, but the sounds of Odie's fiddling in the other room drown out. But you remember distinctly hearing it twice, and it was very faint, almost as if it was like you imagined it.
Did Odie?
Could have echoed up from. Well, I mean, here's the thing: could have echoed it from the stairs, like further down.
You didn't get that sense.
Was Odie just imitating the whistle when he made the doors open?
Yes, he was imitating the whistle that he heard.
Gotcha. All right.
All right. So this door now is wedged open. What are you doing, Gale? Is Gale muted?
No, I haven't heard him since he
I
joined.
haven't heard him either.
Rob, you might want to adjust.
I see Gale move once in a while, but I was like, oh, is Gale saying something? He might have been talking and I didn't hear him.
Okay, so as long as the door's propped open, I'm gonna go ahead and follow them in.
Okay.
What is?
Oh, there's Gale.
Belgrakas and
Yeah.
Seto and folks. What is this thing here?
Well, hold up. That door's not. Is that door open again?
Yes, that door opens at the
All
same
right.
time that this one does. Every time
I'll-
Odie
I'll
does
follow
that
them.
whistle.
All right. I'm gonna wedge that door, dude, because I had two normal daggers, so I'm gonna wedge that door open as well.
All right. All right. So now it's got access into this room. Belgrakas, you see what
Yep.
looks to be. It looks to be a summoning circle, but it doesn't look big enough, and it doesn't have. This is a 6-pointed star, and a lot of times summoning circles are 5-pointed stars.
So the die shows a 4, but it shows an 18 on the screen. I don't know why.
Oh, that's bizarre.
Yeah.
The die shows. What do you mean the die shows?
I roll actual dice on the screen when they roll. And it's on a 4.
Oh,
I
you're
don't
using
know.
the animated die thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The 3D die.
What does that mean? Do you know, Silli?
I guess
I
guess
the graphic could be off. That's
Yeah.
my only guess.
Okay.
Right.
All right. So yeah, this is just something that you're looking at, Belgrakas. It does seem to be a summoning circle of sorts, but no, maybe not. You're a little bit puzzled because it's not drawn in the way, and it doesn't have the markings of a summoning circle. So maybe perhaps it's something else.
I'm not entirely sure what this is. I thought it might be a summoning circle, but it's strangely drawn.
And it's you look at it, and it's actually, if you kind of kneel down, and you can see that these on the outside are little glass tiles set in mosaic, and there's 2 rows of them, and they're kind of a golden copper color. And then this is also mosaic tile that's inlaid into this. So it must have taken a bit of time. And then it's turquoise inlaid mosaic tile, almost like a bathroom tile.
Mm-hmm.
That's all inlaid in. So,
But it's not gems, it's tile.
yep, tile, not gems.
Okay.
Perhaps it might be some sort of quartz tile or some sort of colored quartz, or. But it was, and everything is very finely milled and inlaid very neatly with very, very thin grout lines.
Okay.
Belgrakas, besides what do you call summoning, what else would a wizard need circles for? Like, what else could you do with them?
You could use them as a component in a protection circle, I suppose. Or just to outline where your protection would be should you cast a protection spell.
I mean, could you, I don't know, travel with them somehow?
Like a teleportation thing?
You could,
don't know.
you could teleport, in a teleportation circle. That's a very complex spell.
Because you would think that this particular wizard, he probably has would probably want some means of being able to come and go relatively easily. And I don't think he just walks out the front door.
He probably does not.
Gale notice anything with his stonemasonry?
Let's see. Oh, Gale's trying to. Let's see here.
He notices it's well done. How long does that detect magic last?
I think a minute per level. Or 5 rounds per level.
I'm wondering if the detect magic would be in effect in that room as well.
Yeah, let's see here. Two rounds per level. So 20 rounds. 20 minutes.
Yeah, it was less than that.
Is it magical, Warrant?
The yes, the circle does. Let's see. Did you make a detect magic?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So it glows with a faint aura of magic.
What type?
Let's see. This is. Hold on one second. I guess that's the Gale here. All right, I sent something to Gale, and let me check what type of magic that. Second here, I gotta look through my notes. Gale, you're not talking again, are you, Gale?
No, I'm listening.
Okay, I sent you a thing about that.
I'm reading it now.
Okay, sweet. Belgrakas did detect
No.
magic.
Think it's possible that this has something to do with just directions, because it seems that at least this point and this point are perfectly north and south.
Wait a minute. I was told that this tower tends to shift around and move. Could this be like some sort of steering wheel?
Could be.
It
Like
could.
Odie's still just fiddling away. Every once in a while, he whistles in the doors that you guys are standing against, struggle against the daggers that Belari's put into place to hold them.
I'm gonna dance while he's singing.
All right.
I don't think we're going to be able to figure out this circle from here.
Silly. All right. Silli starts dancing, and he dances in such a manner that everybody stops what they're doing and stares at him gawkingly. You all feel the urge to give Silli money due to his performance. Oh, one sec, guys. I gotta grab something.
I imagine it kind of like Irish step dancing.
Yeah. I say we go down the stairs. Belari, do you want to go ahead and in phantom form and scope it out? And then
Sure.
I can be behind you.
All right. Well, give me some space. I'll go down about. I'll go down about like halfway, and if it's clear, I'll whistle
It might be multiple
because that
floor
seems.
thing, right?
Yeah, I mean, like I don't know what's down there, but there's no point in me sneaking if you're like right behind me.
Got a funny image. The thief sneaking, and the fighter like 2 steps behind, like clanking along.
Yeah, yeah. More. I'm gonna go into Phantom Form and I'm gonna begin to stealth down the steps.
Or JFK.
Oh, he's not here. Never mind.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm probably gonna have to go last because there's no way Silly's gonna stop this little guy from fiddling.
You can't stop him.
It's not that I can't. He doesn't want to.
Won't stop him.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
He's enjoying the music, and I think he's maybe a bard, so it could be helping us.
Oh,
So while he's playing, we could be immune to like charms and shit like that. Who knows?
All right, so we're going down, and you guys are staying up here.
I'll come down last. I don't want to blow anybody's cover.
Okay.
You know.
Let's just play. We don't need warrant here. We'll just make up our own shit.
Sorry, I had to run down and let the dog in.
I don't know. All right. All right. We're Belari. I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of stealth down the stairs. I have my ring of Phantom Form activated.
All right.
And then once I get to a certain point, if there doesn't seem to be any danger, I'll go get the rest to bring him down.
All right, Belari, you start heading down the stairs. It's a very narrow staircase. And
Okay.
you start going down and down and down. And it's like climbing, I don't know if you've ever been in the Tower of Pisa, but it's about like that. So you're just like stepping down, down, down. And then eventually you see a little light in the distance, and you come out right here.
Mine?
1 second here.
Okay, so it just goes down to the courtyard there.
Excuse me.
I'm obviously right here.
Excuse me. Yes, you can put your token out there. You should be able to.
Okay. All right. Well, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna look around the
Actually,
courtyard.
hold on 1 second here.
Oh shit! Oh shit! I don't like that.
So let me
Scare
show
me
you what you
more.
actually see here.
Fuck.
Sorry, I have to use the same map, but all right, that's what you actually see. So you come into this massive chamber. You can see high above you a solid face of wall about maybe 80 feet up, and then it continues up about another 20 feet. And then at the very tippy top, you can see light from above going over the railing.
Is that where everybody else is?
They're up at that level, yes. And then you see a massive set of double doors, and you see a couple of arrow slits to the right and left.
Okay. I'm gonna kind of scout out the courtyard visually, and kind of maybe do a quick scan for traps.
All right, go ahead.
Not that I'm all great at it, but you never know.
All right.
Yep, not great at it.
Yeah, all the flagstones look like they might be pressure sensors.
Oh God. I'm like without stepping on the thing. I'm gonna run back up the stairs. I'm gonna
All right.
bust through the door. I say, yeah, it goes leads down to the courtyard, but I think the whole courtyard is booby trapped.
Can your phantom form walk across the booby traps without setting?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, probably, but I don't know what you guys are gonna do.
See what you can find.
Silly, you're good at you're better at traps than I am. Can you double check? Because if it was up to me, I wouldn't recommend even stepping on those flagstones.
Yeah. I'll go down and check.
Yeah, the stairs themselves are fine.
Odie, you stay up here. Keep fiddling. You know what? Odie, you come with me. There. Warren?
Yep. 1 second, I'm just sending something to Gale real quick here.
Okay.
All right, so Silly, you're heading down the stairs now? Did
Yeah,
you make a move silently?
Me and Odie.
Or so Odie's fiddling down the stairs. Okay.
Yeah, uh-huh.
All right, so Fiddly's Odie's just hopping in and fiddling down the stairs, and eventually you arrive, and you can look out, and these weird chicken dragon lizard looking things look extremely large. You can see a couple of arrow slits off across the room. There's some sconces here, and there's a set of double doors.
Seems like those. Since this wizard was a summoning wizard, we don't want to summon the giant chicken dragons. Yeah.
Warren, are the chicken dragon statues or are they a part of the flooring?
They're carved in relief into the floor.
Okay.
Do I recognize what those creatures are?
It's only me and Odie down here.
That's a good. Well, you could have seen them from over the balcony. Good
Yeah,
question.
I'm thinking griffins.
They are not griffins. They are a similar chicken hybrid, though. If anybody has animal lore, they might be able to figure out what they are.
Okay, I don't have animal lore.
Nope.
I mean, I know what they are in player, but I'm not. Of course, I don't know Belari. No.
I'm gonna check for the traps, Warren.
Yeah, but I don't pass those kinds of checks.
Did Orth pass? Oh, Orth is all brains, or all brawn and no brains today. So yeah, Belgrakas says that he surmises they're griffins, which everybody else looks at each other and kind of, nods and says, that sounds plausible. All right, Silly, you start kind of feeling around, scouting out, looking for traps, and nothing here in this courtyard looks to be trapped. All right, you walk in and you can see that there is light over here.
What's back here, Warren?
Looks like there is some sections that go. There's some big solid steel doors over here. And they look like they have a number of, they're very shiny, they're solid metal, and they are extremely heavy duty. There you can see light reveals a little hallway.
Okay. I'm gonna send Odie up the stairs to get everyone else.
All right. All of a sudden, everybody hears the sounds of fiddling and a whistling Odie, and he sing-song's voice. Come down, Silli says it's safe.
Finally, I'm here. Sorry it took so long.
Oh, so Gale noticed. All right, so Aedan, you haven't missed too much. Basically, you guys are you found a staircase leading down to a strange opening.
Greyhawk.
Orth and you were just sitting there with your muscles out. Orth tried to do some smart things, but he failed, and actually critically failed one time, and so now he's less what do you call it, academically inclined than he was before, but he's just sitting there in his muscles.
Is that just all the roids in his head?
Yeah, basically.
So,
Is Swarth.
Yeah, he's Swarth.
So we're down in the courtyard. So we have the double door here, and what is this right here? Is that
That is
another
a-
gate?
That is a huge set of steel doors that have there's a bunch of steel runes etched into them, and they are looking similar to those runes that were upstairs on the door that hurt Belari, and they're that same kind of strange rune that Belgrakas was able to kind of look at, and one of them is for acid, another one's for electricity, another one is for fire, and the last one is for looks like death.
Well, this gate is obviously leads outside. That's obviously the outside the tower. So,
Whatever that is.
Belari, looking at this
Yeah.
door, there's two strong steel bolts shot across the entire length of the door and sitting in two brackets that are off to the side here. And then there's some heavy chains that go off from that in each direction, and they go up into the ceiling.
yeah.
Does this door position line up with what we know?
Gale would be able to. Gale or Alleseto would probably be able to tell him.
go ahead and do a check, or
Yeah, go ahead, do a check there, Gale.
just the 1d6, right?
Yep. Okay, all right, Gale. Yes, you take a look at it, and judging by everything that you've been able to tell, it looks to be orientated in the same direction and placement and size as and inlaid into the stone as it was on the outside from what you could view. A reddish light kind of beams inward from these arrow slits.
Oh, that's the atmosphere, obviously.
It kind of illuminates the stonework with just a kind of a pale reddish glow.
Mm-hmm.
Is this a door here?
Let's see where Orth is. Yes, that's a door there, Orth. That's a stout wooden door that has a fairly innocuous looking iron ring on it and a keyhole.
Silly, does this lock? Do you think?
I can see if it's trapped.
Yeah.
Yeah, yes. Silly is a better trap finder, but I'm the better locksmith.
Okay.
Well, that's
Both of you.
debatable.
I'll just stand here. Oh, I see now.
All right. No traps on that door.
It looks clear.
I'm going to. I mean, first off, is it locked? I'm gonna try to push and pull the door.
No, it's not locked.
There you go. Open up the door.
All right. So you recognize this room immediately as some sort of lavatory. All the fixtures are of the best materials. For example, the wash basin is a fine white marble. Strangely, there's no pump by the basin, just a spigot arrangement similar to a tap on a keg of beer.
Dexter at.
Is there a place to take a shit?
Yes, there is. It looks like a barrel, and
Okay.
then there's a couple of little pots, and then there's also, looks like there's some reading material on the shelf above.
Oh, what's the reading material?
It looks like just a scroll of some sort of strange writings about the history of Rook Roost. Very boring and dry material. Silly, there's some scattered kind of loose straw and brush on the ground there.
I'm gonna whistle for it.
All right. Silly, you whistle and nothing happens.
Where's that laboratory? I think Belgrakas is going to explore it.
All right. Belgrakas, Belari
Be
is
the Holy One
standing right
is.
in front of the lavatory.
I say, make sure you courtesy flush.
So it looks like there's a one for urinal. There's one for not urinal. And then there's a couple of pure marble basins that have taps sitting. And if you hold your hand in front of it, one cold water comes out of, and the other one warm water comes out of.
Oh,
You know,
it's
I just
not
realized Yeah.
It's a bathroom, not a laboratory.
Yeah.
It's a
Oh, okay.
laboratory. Yeah.
Lavatory.
Okay, that's different.
But hey, you know what? I mean, here's the thing, guys. Being from a medieval type society, this is probably the most advanced shit house we've ever seen.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
Yeah, man. I want to take a dump just so I can use it.
I don't understand. Don't people just poop outside and pee outside?
No, look at this. It's porcelain.
Inside.
Nobody poos outside. They maybe pee outside, but they don't poo outside.
I poo everywhere.
Ew.
I poo everywhere, man. I poo everywhere.
All right, Orth goes down, and Orth, you find what looks to be some barrels, more reddish light casting in through a window, and then there's a wooden gate of sorts. Almost looks like a stable door to your right.
I've spent a lot of time around horses. Is it a stable door, or is it?
It looks like it's a. It looks like it would have been a stable door, but it doesn't look like a stable for like horses. It looks like it might have been a pen door for like goats or.
There's straw around in here too. It's silly.
Yeah.
Is this?
You can actually look through it, and you can see that there is straw inside there.
Oh, but
And then there's a couple of barrels behind you there.
let's look inside these barrels.
All right. One of them has some oats, and the other has got, looks like it is some kind of thick, gooey liquid.
Like molasses.
Could I brew the oats?
Do you have the brewing proficiency?
I do.
Okay, make it.
Come.
All right.
I know it's not
And that
possible in
Belari-
the environment, but just wondering if I could use them to brew.
Yeah.
What does the gooey stuff smell like? Is it
white?
Aiden's like, I'm ready for it.
Yeah.
And Warren, while they're doing all that, Belari cannot pass up the opportunity. She's gonna go into this to this lavatory here, close the door, and try to push.
All right.
She's gonna fucking take a squat.
All right.
She's like, this is the most luxurious shit she's ever taken.
Make a Constitution check.
All right. You hear?
That's molasses.
yeah.
With the oats.
Oh, there you go.
All right. All of a sudden, Belari starts going to town, and she hears Silli yell out, "That's molasses!" And Belari's like, "No, this ain't molasses." Belari, you stand up, and you're finished, and you turn around, and this basin is completely empty.
Oh
It's
man!
like nobody was ever there.
Oh geez, that's pretty. Oh, it's like it teleported my turd, or disintegrated it. I'm gonna like.
You open the door. You open the door back, and you hear Aiden. You see Aiden listening at the door.
No,
Turd?
I'm gonna lock her in so she can smell it.
Make a
Oh yeah,
open
that was
locks
a big.
check,
That was
Belari.
that was like. I know that was like a monster turd too. I've been holding that one in for a while.
Seto,
Is
what
there
are
any
you doing?
Toilet paper? Is there any toilet paper?
No, your butt is totally clean.
Oh
Whatever
really?
whatever did the deed with the waste.
I
also
look
did
around. I look around for 3 seashells. Okay, you know what I'm
all
gonna
you
do?
find is Wesley Snipes.
There
What are
you
you
go.
doing,
Hey, listen.
Seto?
I'm gonna do one more thing though. I'm gonna
Okay.
tear off a little piece of my dress. Well, hold up. I'm gonna tear off a little piece of my dress, and like the cloth, just a little piece, and I'm gonna drop it into the basin there. What happens?
All right, you drop it into the basin. It moves about in a circle faster and faster, and starts to tighten a spiral, and then all of a sudden it just disappears.
Like, what is there? Is there water in there, or is it just?
No water.
Huh. Okay. I go out and I point this out. I say, I just laid a fat one in there, and it just like disappeared.
Wow, you're real classy.
Hey, I was living with what, a freaking bugbear, or what was he?
Orog.
An Orog. I was like living with an Orog for years. Okay, I kind of lost human mannerism a little bit.
What are you doing, Seto? And Aiden?
I'd say we're inspecting. What's this gate right here just above us?
So that is a solid metal door. It's a very shiny, solid metallic door. Looks to be quite imposing. It runs from this is a wall that's perhaps 10 feet high, and the length of this steel runs all the way from the top to the bottom. And it looks like there used to be perhaps bars, but they are filled in with and encased in the steel. So just the edges of the black bars are out. And this is a set of double doors, and there's the 4 runes on etched or basically inlaid with some other type of metal. And each rune is a replica of the runes that you had seen on that trap that Belari had set off, but they look to be much more powerful based on the detail and strength of these runes.
Possible that our 2 rogues can disarm this, maybe?
No, they're magical, magically locked.
Damn. What's this door lead to? Is it trap?
Belgrakas, you could try a spellcraft on it.
Okay.
Oh. All right, Belgrakas, let me see what you think of this here.
Belgrakas, would these barrels fit in your chest?
How big are they?
They're right there, the barrels.
Each one is 60 gallons.
Sure. It's a 10 by 10 by 10 room, I believe.
I can brew some nice ale with this stuff.
Sure.
Okay, listen, concerning these doors and these magical traps, you know what we need to do? We need to just do something to trigger the traps from like a safe distance. So is there any way we can, like, let's say, magically conjure something that could open the door for us? Or at least trigger the traps?
Hmm.
I don't want to trigger nothing.
I mean, we need to get through these, we need to get through these doors. And obviously these runes or whatever they are going to be triggered once we try. And you magical types don't seem to have any, means of getting past them right now unless we want to maybe camp so you can
Make it the
get the
spell.
appropriate spells.
Wait, one question I have though, like, do these traps like disappear once they get activated? Like once they're used up, they're gone.
Yeah. And there's 4 or 5 of them on that door.
Odie finally tires of his fiddling, and he looks around and he says, "Hey, this place looks a little different. What are we doing down here?"
Don't
No.
look at
Why are you fiddling with yourself?
Oh, well, Silli said to just go at it. I heard a whistle and I imitated it, and boy, did I have a good time. Good golly gee.
We found oats, so I could brew some ale.
Where is this door? Is this door trapped at all? Is this door there?
Do you wish to open it, Aedan?
Can I have one of the rogues remove traps on it?
Sure.
Is it that one with the rune that has runes on it, right?
No.
This is the one with the runes. This door.
Oh, it does have runes. Well, Silly's the trap finder.
Silly. Aiden gives him an air smooch.
Warrant, is this the one that I'm pinging? Is that the door that I tried spellcraft on
Yes.
and I failed? And there are runes on it?
Yes, there are. There's 4 metal runes that are basically carved out of the steel itself, but they seem to be, each one seems to be perhaps a different type of metal, and the runes themselves are just, you can recognize them for what they were. I think I put them in the chat, or somebody, who was it, Belari, noticed that they were...
It was lightning, fire, acid, ice, and death.
Yes.
It was what? Lightning?
Lightning, fire,
Acid?
acid, ice, and death.
Oh, peachy. All right.
So Warren, I made my find remove traps for this. Warren.
Okay.
All right. So
Silly, there is a simple mechanical trap on there. And you deftly managed to disarm the trap, which actually shot a blade out from underneath the door to try cut off the usurper's feet.
Oh.
But the door is locked and it seems to be barred from the inside, so you might need somebody strong.
And then somebody can break it down.
Well, let me do I'm a better lock picker, so.
I don't know. I just did it.
All right.
No, you did traps.
With
Silly,
my chicken bone.
Silly, you try to it looks like whatever mechanism is holding this door in place, it's something that is behind the door.
Hmm.
All right. Belari slips underneath the door.
All right, Belari, you slip underneath the door, and well, hold on a second. So what did you do, Belgrakas? Belgrakas was standing over by the
Cast read
steel
magic.
door. All right, Belgrakas, you cast read magic, and
Okay, I cast detect or dispel magic on the door.
all right. All right, go ahead and make the attempt there, Belgrakas. All right, Spalari, you go under the door, and as you do so, you are standing on what looks to be a wooden floor of some sort that's in the center of the room, and there's a couple of chests off to the side. All right, Belgrakas, that 3 does a...
Nothing.
What do you need to roll?
Base is 11. For every level they are different from me, it subtracts what I need on the roll.
Oh, okay. All right, so Belgrakas attempts to dispel, and you can see the runes start to shudder and look like they develop a little bit of a crack, but they hold firm against your dispel.
He,
But you are
he-
confident that you might be able to.
yeah, he yells in frustration. God damn it. God's damn it.
But
What
you can definitely tell that they might.
Are you okay?
Throws his staff down and goes sits in a corner.
Belgrakas, don't act like a little child now.
Go ahead, take 3 minutes real quick, guys. I gotta do something.
Okay.
I might be able to try dispelling it.
Are you sure? Do you think you can actually do it, Gale?
Gale,
I
it's
don't know.
possible. It's should be easy. I just flubbed the spell.
Okay.
What am I looking at?
Okay, let's see here. A die roll of 20 always succeeds, and a die roll of 1 always fails. Thus, if a caster is 10 levels higher than the magic he is trying to dispel, only a roll of 1 would prevent it from dispelling it.
Yeah, you too.
Remove the spell. Yeah, pretty sure that's not going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's see here. I'm back, guys. All right, so Belari, there's a couple of chests over on the side, and it looks like this room was perhaps an old storage room.
Mm-hmm. I'm just gonna can I lift the bar up from the side?
Yes, you can.
All right, so I just lift the bar up and open the door.
All right, it's
Hopefully.
a pretty weak bar. The bar opens, and now everybody else can get in there.
Belgrakas gets up, pats Gale on the shoulder, and says, "It's just not our day today, I guess." And then he heads over and sees what all the fuss is about.
I get angry.
And can I check the room for traps?
All right, Silli, you can make a check for some traps there.
Oh, so what is this door about? Has anyone looked at that door?
So that door has two very thick, probably 8 inches in diameter, steel bolts that are thrown across it, and they go into brackets on either side, and then out the other side of the brackets are chains that come out and go along this wall, and then they go up into the ceiling.
Interesting.
Belari,
Yes.
the room, or Silli and Belari, this room smells pretty bad.
What's the can we tell the source of the smell? Is it a moldy smell, a death smell?
It smells like a sewer, and you are standing on wooden planks that kind of creak and moan as you walk on them.
Oh, I'm getting off that. I'm hugging the wall here. I'm jumping over here.
All right.
Any traps in here? What?
Nope, you didn't find any traps.
Okay. This room looks clear, but the floor looks a little rickety, so all you big guys might want to stay
Yeah.
outside.
Yeah, the last thing we need to do is fall through some rotted wood. Matter of fact, what is how the wood itself? Does it still look pretty sturdy, or does it look like it's rotted?
It doesn't look rotted. It looks extremely dry. Like if you ever walked out on a very, very old wooden deck where the wood's all gray.
Yeah.
And, yep, it's just like that. It's got like moss in it. It's got cracks that are about an inch wide, and there's a very bad smell that's coming up from there.
Yeah. That wood doesn't look very safe. Matter of fact, let's not have anybody else come in, because they might fall through. So let's how heavy are the chests? Maybe we could just pass the chests out.
Why don't we just see what's inside them first?
I mean, are they locked? Are they trapped?
They're not.
Nope, they are just chests without any sort of. They're basically just wooden boxes that have a flat board lid on them.
What's inside?
All right, you throw them open, and inside looks to be the remains of perhaps a produce shipment. There was some rotted cabbages, some rotted celeries, some desiccated plums, a lot of just old and moldy.
Those are called prunes.
Yeah.
Okay, I have a problem with this setup though. Somebody put a beam on the inside of this door. Does anybody else see a problem with it?
Floor. Maybe something's under the floor.
Yeah, probably.
But is there any? Is there a trap door? I mean, is like where I'm looking at the wood. Is there like a outline of a trap door?
No,
Because somebody would have to have been in this room to put
There's
that
the
beam
outline.
there.
The wood itself looks like it's on top of kind of a stone. Like here and here, that looks like it's kind of stone, like it's laid on top of something that's stone.
Okay, I think this wood is hiding something. People with heavy weapons. I'm gonna kind of go out, see if you can chop through the wood and see what's underneath the wood.
All right, get out my two-handed sword. Yeah.
All right, Aedan, You chop through, and the wood disintegrates under your two-handed sword. Where are you standing, by the way?
Oh shit! Sorry about that.
Like
All
here.
right. And a smell wafts up, and you look down in, and you can see a kind of a brackish liquid down, reflecting the light that's coming from out in the hallway into this room. The smell is atrocious.
Like down there, like
Mm-hmm.
what else is down there other than the liquid?
I don't know. Do you wish to jump in?
Wait. Does anyone have like a ball or something like that they could throw down to see what happens if something goes inside that liquid?
I mean, it's obviously shit. I mean, is that what it smells like? It smells like your typical sewer.
Yep.
But here's the thing: it's like, where did the person go that put the beam there? I mean, this just looks like a normal storage room.
You're trying to figure out logic in this crazy wizard's tower.
But why would there? What I'm saying is, this room doesn't look to be anything special. And
Do you want to dive down in there, Belari?
no, I don't want to dive down there.
Come on, Belari. Take a chance.
Oh, what
But there
happens?
has to be.
Can I light a torch and drop it down that?
Oh
hole?
no, dude! Are you insane? Are you
Why?
fucking insane?
Why?
You're
What's
talking
up
about method. You kill us all.
I'm not gonna kill us all. It's gonna you could just go in that room.
Silly fleas.
I haven't thrown
like,
it yet. I haven't thrown it yet. I'm just mentioning the idea.
Belgrakas' weak stomach churns, just smelling what's coming out of that door. Gale, what are you and Alleseto thinking about?
Walk away. Ugh.
You know,
Trying not to
I'm really desperate to open
puke.
this door. So here's what I'm going to do, Warren. I'm going to take out my greatsword. Everybody get out of the way. It's
What? Can I ID the smell?
I'm going to charge. I'm going to charge
That's
at the
fine.
store with my two-handed sword and just smack at it to see what
This
happens.
one?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm going over here. Up the
Just open
stairs
it.
a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm going over
All right.
here.
Aedan rushes forwards and roll 1d5, Aedan.
1d5.
Oh jeez.
Oh shit. What was it again? /RD5.
/R.
/R1D5 or /R space 1D5.
Yep.
Well, you didn't get. There goes the rest of your dick. Oh, I don't know
all
if
right.
that's a good.
Save versus death, Aedan. Aedan runs forward and plunges his sword right into the rune that spans the big seam in the door in the middle.
Oh no.
He might have a plus.
Ooh. All right. Aedan, you take 25 points of damage, and your skin turns a sickly gray as when you thrust your greatsword in, you hit the rune in the middle that is a symbol for death, and you feel a cold, gripping hand grasp at your heart, and as it does so, it squeezes, and you just steel yourself with your rage, and you can see blood, like basically you see red, and you get furious, and the rune shines forth with a black light, which sucks all the light from this room, and the room goes completely dark. And then all of a sudden, the rune itself shatters, and it turns back to just you can see a giant crack in the middle of the rune, and its power is dispelled, but you have ashen gray skin now.
Permanently?
Gracchus.
Damn, that's kind of cool.
Can you guys hear me?
Yep, I can hear Belgrakas.
Belgrakas says, that was horribly foolish.
Aedan kind of walks backwards and stumbles on his ass.
You're
He's
lucky
like,
to be alive.
Aedan looks like he has lost about half of his body weight, and his skin is ashen gray as whatever was in there just basically sucked forth. Oh, and Aedan?
Yeah.
Hold on one second. I forgot to.
Oh no, negative levels.
Oh. Oh, negative. Oh
Oh,
no.
I
level
forgot to
drain.
roll for. Well, you're lucky you passed your saving throw.
Oh, there you go. Whew.
And
Oh,
how many
let's see here.
how
All
many
right.
runes are still in the door?
So Aedan,
Does this look like it might be something curable?
Oh shit!
Ouch.
You gotta heal him, Gale.
Well, that's what I'm asking.
Gale,
Does this look like
he
something that might
looks
be...
extremely ashen. There's some essence of his life force that you don't see that you could restore with a healing spell. Although there might be accoutrements or prayers that could restore his life essence, or adventuring forth might cure him as he learns from his mistakes.
Oh
Gotcha.
man.
Damn.
This really isn't curable. It's something that he's just going to have to push through.
Oh,
I'm
boy.
fine with that.
But his overall health that he took from the discharge of that rune, you could heal his superficial damage. Yes.
He looks like shit.
I'm fine, guys. I cough blood a bit. I'm fine.
Well, I say you definitely took one for the team.
Now there is only 4 runes left on that door.
Jeez.
Why don't we heal him and send him again?
I could do that, guys.
So it would
It
just
looks.
No.
it would just be at the cost of a couple heal spells instead of using super power magic to try to dispel the magic.
All right, you gain back what 7 hit points?
Yep. Wait, in fact, also
Oh,
8 hit points.
13, 14, 15 more. Okay.
Sorry, I had no internet for a second. I had to restart.
In
no
fact,
worries.
wait. If smacking it with my sword could work, why don't we just use a bow and arrow to destroy the ruins?
Good idea.
Could that work, actually?
I'll shoot an arrow at it.
I'd take
All
cover.
right. All right, Silli, you shoot an arrow at it, and as it hits the metal, it just twangs off and bounces towards the off to the side. But you are able to recover it.
Damn.
Belgrakas, you can make a spellcraft check here.
I gotta get back in.
Okay. Gale and Alleseto, what are you guys doing? Seto's looking down in the shit pit.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna work.
Have we confirmed that it's an actual shit pit? Because why?
Does anybody have?
It could be where the poo gets teleported to. I don't know.
It seems like a random place.
You
Right
could
next to
try.
the food.
Does any? You have diagnostics?
Yeah.
Seto, you could try that.
All right.
All right. Seto grabs a piece of long, kind of some of that brush material from under Orth, dips it in there, and looks at it with his long, bulbous, gnomish nose, sniffs it a bit. Just with the tip of his gnomish tongue, just ever so slightly, just reaches out and just does just the littlest taste, and realizes, yep, it's definitely the shit pit, and it's got a fresh addition.
That is just
Oh, you tasted Belari shit.
makes no sense to me. Why?
Oh man.
No.
Just looking at the way that this wizard has set things up, it feels like you're at ground level. So he dug out his shit pit here, and it seems like he had somehow barred it from the inside to just prevent anybody, maybe his minions or whoever lived here, from going into the shit pit?
You have to prevent people from going into a shit pit. It's like, I better make sure nobody goes in this shit pit.
Alleseto? Yes, that's a good thing to question because
Whoa. I don't know how I could figure that out, but time's passed flying by. It's already midnight.
Damn.
And it got to midnight real fast. Like, it's not right how quick it got to midnight.
Do we feel?
But we need to hurry.
So,
you do feel a little tired now that he mentions it, Silly. In fact, all of you do. You guys have been running on adrenaline and Orth's friggin' steroids.
Gonna curl up into a ball over here with Odie and take a nap.
Do you wish to sleep down here?
I don't know.
I mean, would it be better if we slept upstairs?
I'm fine right here. You know what? I'm gonna go sleep in that pen. What?
All right.
What? Am I able to tell what other ruins on that door like there are? If there's one other ruin similar to the one I struck before, or no?
Silly knows what the runes are. Oh, and so does Belgrakas. And who else looked at the Orth? Maybe knows.
Fire, acid, ice, fire, acid, ice, lightning, and death. You already did death.
So all I have to
They
do,
seem
all I
to the runes up above on the floor.
Say that again, Gale.
Do they seem similar to the runes up on the star up above and the floor up above?
Hmm. Hello?
Hello? Yep, Aedan.
Yep. I don't know. Everything went silent for a second. I don't know why.
Oh, okay.
I asked the others if anyone wants to keep on striking at this door with me. It's only 4 more ruins. Gale, you want to join me on this escapade?
Well, I normally would love to break down a door. I'm not interested.
I already took down the worst one, the death one, that I probably could have died from. So
You know, I might be able to summon some creatures to do it.
Yes,
Ooh,
that's
someone
perfect.
what?
Yes, we need to get through this door because the whole purpose of being here is try to figure out if this wizard left any research notes or anything like that. So
They weren't. When we went from upstairs to downstairs, do the stairs continue upstairs?
Yes, they do.
So we have more floors.
wait, I thought we were at the top floor.
No.
Oh shit! I thought we were at the very top floor going down. Oh shit! Okay, that changes some shit right there.
So he's gonna continue sleeping because it is bedtime, but
All right.
he's all about, Aedan going up and just taking some damage, getting healed, and if we got to do it again tomorrow, just to get rid of the rest of the ruins, then
Belari's gonna camp out on this couch right here.
I'm gonna get on this couch too.
All right. Silly's down in the pen. Are you locking yourself in that pen, Silly?
yeah, if it's lockable, I'll lock it.
All right.
Oh,
And
there's chess here. Anybody want to play some? Oh, it's not chess. Anybody want to play some chess?
yeah, you guys can play chess. There's a game. There's a bunch of games in this chest here that you guys found. So Gale and Aedan, you guys can play. Gale, roll a wisdom check, and Aedan, you roll a wisdom check.
We could actually just play chess together.
I have the gaming proficiency.
Where's wisdom?
Not tonight, you don't,
Do it,
Silly.
bro.
You're so... Silly looks at these games. He's like, I don't know how to play any of them. Oh my god! Aedan and Gale get into a stalemate. So they play this game of chess, and like they're going back and forth, and basically Aedan and Gale just like move the rook back and forth, side to side, and they get to a stalemate. So another game, Aedan, Gale, go ahead, make a wisdom check.
Yeah. I'm gonna beat you this time.
Aedan trounces Gale at the next one. So you got one stalemate and one win. One more game, I guess. See who's the master.
Yes.
Ooh.
Ah.
Oh, now it's tied. So you got one stalemate. Each of you has a win. I guess one last game while everybody's snoring away. You guys can barely keep your lids open. Oh, the upsets pulled by the warrior berserker. Aedan all of a sudden makes a move, and it's checkmate, Gale, and Gale looks down, and then he grumbles a bit. And then he hits the board.
Go with that. I don't actually do that, but
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to upend the board. I was like, yes.
Damn. I made. I was so lucky with my wisdom rolls.
I had to go easy on you.
Yeah, that's what they all say. Gale, what's the term?
All right. The night passes uneventfully. What is everybody doing? Orth. Is Orth here? He had to maybe head out for a second.
Nah,
Didn't he?
nah.
Yeah, I think he headed out already. Orth, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he had to go.
All right. Okay.
I guess like Aiden's doing some push-ups.
All right.
I'm gonna rest in the corner.
All right. Gale, you're resting in the corner. Silly's down asleep in the stable. Seto, what are you doing?
Nothing. Resting, waiting for the next day.
All right.
I'm
Barbarakas?
wondering whether or not in this where we are, if I'm actually going to regain my spells the following day because of this offset.
Go ahead and pray and see if. Go ahead and make a religion check. You can do one too, Gale, if you want.
All right. Feel safe.
My God is always with me. Before we rest, by the way, I'm expanding all of my healing spells to bring people up
All
the
right.
last little bit. So, Belari,
right.
you should be at full.
Belari's at full. Aedan.
All right. Am I at? No. From that roll you did.
No, I've got a few other higher end healing spells that I have enough to get everybody up.
Okay, so you guys all should be
Double
healed
check.
again.
Hey, Warren.
One more first level.
Yes.
Before I turn in, could I find some stones so I could recast that spell?
Yes, you can. Or you can reuse
If
the
you
same
like.
stones, can't you?
Yeah, we
No, they disintegrate.
Oh, they disintegrate? Okay. Yeah, you could
Yeah.
find some. All right. Yeah, you could find some. They don't have to be valuable, do they?
No.
All right.
Right from the great earth favor, the horror.
All right. Yeah, you can.
So
If you
I
have
cast
to,
it twice.
you could stone shape them out of the floor. In the morning.
No, I do that the previous night. That way, I still haven't expended my spells.
Oh, okay. All right. So they last 8 plus 12 hours. So yeah, you got 20-hour stones. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
And I hand one to Belari, Gale, Silli, Orth. Actually, Orth's here? Or is he gone?
Wait,
He's
what do
gone.
these stones do?
+2 to all
What are these-
saving
So
throws.
everyone gets one. +2 to saving throws. While the
Oh, okay.
For 20 hours.
yeah.
All right.
So since time goes 4 times as fast, it's 5 hours.
Right.
All right. So the next day comes and that same reddish tint is coming in through the windows. It never seems to change. That reddish hue that's coming in through the windows.
All right, so let's explore upstairs. I wasn't aware that this stairway went up. So, all right, I'm gonna begin going up the stairs in phantom form, stealthily.
All right. All right. You start heading up the stairs. And as you do so, you come out onto a landing, Belari.
Okay.
And the landing looks very similar to the landing you were on when you went down the stairs.
Okay.
And you can see. And
It's not the exact.
The stairwell continues going down from this landing here.
Okay. Wait, are you saying that this place looks exactly like the place you just left?
I don't know. Do you want to walk around and look a bit?
Yeah.
All right. You see Silli snoring in the stable around the corner.
What? I'm very confused. What else do I see? I mean, I'm gonna go over here. Do I see a hole in the floor?
Yes, and it's a bad smell.
And this is up. Like this is like I went upstairs.
Yep, you walked upstairs the exact same number of steps that you went down when you came down here. And the only thing that changed was the level of effort you expended as you were going up these stairs. You're like a little bit smoked.
I'm freaked out, and I run back down the stairs.
All right, you run down the stairs and come back out up here.
I run out and I say, okay, there is some weirdness going on here. I went upstairs and somehow I ended up back downstairs where we were. I even saw Silli sleeping. Like, no, wait a minute. Whoa.
Odie was sleeping on your stomach, Silli, rising up and down. And every time you would breathe, he would breathe and make a little cricket sound with his
wait a
legs.
minute. Okay. So, Silli, you were sleeping down there anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, see, I was freaking out because I thought you were up there in that room with us. And then, I thought I was, in some sort of weird fucking time loop. I was like, stop!
Yeah, you guys probably didn't go down and wake him up yet. So, he's going to sleep.
But still, the point is...
until he feels like he's awake.
Yeah, but the point is, going up seems, at least for me, going upstairs was the same as going downstairs.
Except it was you got smoked going upstairs because you had to climb 120 feet of stairs.
So anytime we got to go upstairs, just go downstairs. Just makes life easier.
Which Belari proved because she went back downstairs from that landing down there and ended up here.
Belari's just kind of holding her head. She's confused. She's like, I mean, did I feel any like tingling? Did I feel anything that like maybe a possible magical effect took place?
The only tingling you felt was when Orth had big muscles, and now you don't. Now he's back to normal size. So
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh, because
You know, I
time passed.
feel.
Wait, he has that for like 10 hours.
yeah, but you guys had cast it the day before, and
Okay.
you guys have camped now overnight, so it's 8 a.m. the next morning.
We camped overnight in the tower?
Yep.
Oh, I missed that. Okay.
Oh, Alleseto relayed that time is passing at 4 times the normal rate.
All right, so we camp. I'll go back downstairs and try to dispel that door.
All right. Who's going downstairs with Belgrakas?
I'm
Or
going
upstairs. Are you going upstairs or downstairs?
The way we originally went.
All right. All right,
But
Aedan,
I'm
what are
standing
you
over
doing?
here.
Just gonna wait.
Standing
for
over
Belgrakas
here.
to do his
Aedan, you should be at full hit points.
Oh, okay.
Orth is still snoring. Orth is still asleep, snoring. Seto, you're in the shit
fuck's
pit room.
sake.
Yeah, I'm curious. Yeah, still curious.
Doesn't
All right.
Gale also have dispel magic too? Can't we get him down here?
Gale.
Gale. Yell for
Belgrakas
it.
casts, he traces the runes in the air, and as he does so, confidently shouts forth the dispelling of magic, knowing full well that he outranks this magic user who was playing with powers beyond his obvious control.
Oh shit!
Jesus
my God, for
Christ.
fuck's
There
sake.
is there's an apparition that appears, and it looks to be an old man in a foppish hat, and he laughs and points. I don't know if Alleseto has dispel magic.
Yeah, I do. I can do it, but
Roll that one.
Gale rolled a 1.
Damn. We're better off using my fucking sword. than
Settle
walking
can't.
through.
Settle, you wouldn't
Are
be able
you
to cast it from the
suicidal?
shit pit room, though. There you go.
okay. So from what I see here, I just have to roll a 20.
You have to roll a die 20, and then what level of spellcaster are you?
8.
Belgrakas.
You need an
He's
11 or
8.
better.
Here it goes.
Come on, Seto.
Oh.
Okay, I'm getting my sword.
Do you have one of Seto's magical stones that gives you +2 on saving throws?
I'm going back upstairs and sleeping.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Somebody just
What?
summon some creatures, and we'll throw them summon some rats, and we'll just throw the rats at the door.
That's so unfair to those poor summoned creatures. And there's a whole organization that supports summoned creatures' rights. We would really piss them off.
It's about their
They don't
rights.
know.
They're creatures.
They won't know.
Who's able to summon creatures? Gale, are you able to summon anything?
Aedan, you're a berserker.
No, I'm asking Gale if he's able to summon any creatures.
I think Warren's trying to tempt you to just attack the door.
And no, I can't just summon like fate creatures. I bring living creatures, which means Gale wouldn't do that for this situation.
Damn.
Yeah, I don't
Wait.
think summoned creatures work that way. I think they're real creatures in second edition.
Wait a
Well,
second. Why don't we get Orth?
For wizards,
one
but for clerics, it's summoning woodland beings or
Oh yeah.
summoning creatures.
Why don't we get Orth to do one smack at this, and I'll do one smack, and then he does one smack.
Seto, that question is right here.
So what's that?
I'm wondering if Gale and I would just have a discussion about the star and what it means exactly.
Yeah, we don't know what that means yet. I think it's some sort of teleportation. It has strong alteration magic.
Interesting.
And the mirror. Did you
I can
memorize
identify.
anything?
I'll identify the mirror.
All right, we can get the ball rolling on that.
Yeah, that's
Right.
going to be an 8-hour process, and then I'm going to need 8 hours afterwards to
Do
recuperate.
you have
so.
a pearl?
Yes.
All right. All right. So, let's see here. All right. So, Belgrakas starts identifying. He actually only needs 2 hours, but it ends up being 8 hours of time. Let me check something real quick here. All right. You pull out the mirror. Gale, what are you doing? I don't know if Aedan's seen it yet, has he?
Which mirror?
The mirror that Belgrakas took. Seto had looked at it.
What makes this mirror so cool?
You should see it in your journal if you want to look at it.
That's my last pearl, I think.
All right.
Which journal?
You should be able to see it on the right side in the journal of stuff handout to it. There's a picture.
Iridian's Mirror under Bandit Kingdom and Books and Errata.
I'm going there right now. Dan. Player stuff, notes and handouts, you say? Or was it? Where was it again?
Go to the very top under Bandit Kingdom and then Books and Errata, and it's Iridian's Mirror.
Okay. Okay, I see the mirror right now. So, like, what else is this mirror able to do? Do I know
You have
anything
no
about this
idea.
one? Oh.
At least not yet, anyway.
Although Seto looked at it and he said he saw an inscription on it.
And is Belgrakas casting Identify on it right now?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm almost. Okay.
All right. Belgrakas. All right. You cast Identify on it, and you're suddenly taken by a strong and powerful force. And this is what comes to you from that divination.
It does not appear to be a mirror of life trapping. It appears to open doors to those who peer into it, reflecting that which we want probably to open. And everyone who wishes to see should be viewing the mirror at the same time. I suspect. Let's test this out.
Well, what?
The mirror. Follow me. Takes the mirror and he goes downstairs.
So we all have to just look at the mirror at the same time?
Okay,
Yeah.
let's try it. Oh.
To do what?
So we all stand in front of the mirror and basically take a mirror selfie of the doors behind us.
All right.
With us in it.
Which door do you wish to look at?
These big ones.
All right. All right, so Belgrakas, when you aim the mirror and you get everybody in the frame and look at the ruins suddenly are looking forward, and they are now written in basically a forward language. And so anybody with a
Can one of the priests cast Glyph of Warding?
Yeah.
Alleseto or Gale?
Yes, I can.
If you cast it on the doors, it should remove them. But you have to look in the mirror and reverse the casting.
Maybe we could use the mirror on
You'll-
the troll door.
You'll have to do it a total of 4 times.
Okay, let me take a look here.
You think we could use
It's
the mirror
interesting.
on the troll door?
It's interesting, Gale, because as Belgrakas holds up the mirror, you see it too, Seto, that you guys all look like a negative image of a photo, but the ruins that were kind of strangely arrayed on that door now look like they're straightforward glyphs of warding.
Oh.
They look like they're powerful, and they also look like they were inscribed in perhaps a different place, or from something feels unnatural about it. But the fact that this mirror seems to straighten it out a little bit is a little bit interesting. Belgrakas feels a little bit weak after having seanced with that mirror for 2 hours. Although it's been 8 hours, so it's 4 o'clock. What did you say, Silli?
Maybe we could use the mirror on the troll door. The place where the trolls are being spawned, you know?
True, except it's not actually a door, is it? It's a
No, it's a barrier. It's different.
I don't know.
So I can cast it twice. I'm not sure if there's a chance to fail.
No, as long as you explain what you're doing, I don't think glyphs have a chance of failing.
So this isn't a matter of reversing the spell. You just cast it through the mirror while looking at the glyph, and it'll undo the glyph.
You have to reverse cast it.
Yeah, so Glyph of Warding is a 3rd level spell. When the spell is cast, the priest waves a tracery of family lines around the warding sigil for every 5 square feet of area to be protected. I don't care about that. Okay, possible damage that the various glyphs do. Okay, I can cast it 5 or 6 times.
Okay. All right, Gale. All right, Gale. Which glyph are you looking at first?
Where are the remaining glyphs?
Silly knows.
Fire, ice, lightning, and
Acid.
poison. Acid.
Acid.
Do you think
Fire
you'll
it
be
is.
able to recover the 2,000 gold pieces worth of diamond dust that's used to create these glyphs?
Well, you have to
If you
use. Do you have diamond dust?
no, it says that you need diamond dust to create it. So would you be able to recover if you're doing it in reverse? Does that make any sense?
Do you even need the diamond dust for the
Well,
casting if you're basically removing them?
Oh, you need to reverse it. You need an intact diamond.
I don't know where you're going to find that.
But the diamond wouldn't be consumed.
Ah,
Good. Maybe we can use my shoes.
do we have a diamond?
My shoes.
Ah, okay.
How many diamonds does you have, though?
They're pretty expensive.
Worth more than 2,000 GP.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it wouldn't doing the spell in reverse wouldn't consume them. So give it a shot.
I don't know if I could. Can I physically take them off, Warren, or are they like hammered in? Like
Let's see here.
Lie down. We'll
'cause-
just pick your feet up.
yeah. I mean, I don't care if you do that. I'll just put my legs up and let you guys have at it.
That's a whole different thing, I think.
Yeah. Bordan would have to remove my shoes, but you could just try. I'll walk over to Settle and put my.
If again, the star up above, it looks like a lot of the stuff is similar to the wards on this. On the door. Maybe we should try something like that first before we risk our satyr friend's feet.
I could lose my feet.
No, not at all.
What do you mean by that, Gale? What did you notice about the star that's interesting?
Well, because the star, a lot of the stuff, as I mentioned earlier, although I don't know if anybody read it, a lot of the stuff seemed like it was counters to each other. Go back up to where I wrote.
Oh, I see where you said that. Yep. I can put it back in there for you, Gale.
Yeah, if you can, that'd be awesome because I can't seem to find it.
Yeah, I can. I see where you put. I see where you said that.
Oh, there it is.
Can everybody see that? Gale, I put that in there.
Yeah.
So maybe that also has something to do with deactivating the things on this without taking pain, possibly.
So deactivate the star upstairs to deactivate all the magic in the building.
Very possibly.
If that's possible, I'm definitely game for that.
I mean, it'd be worth a try, wouldn't it?
Yeah, why not?
Wizard, you should take care of it.
The wizard's AFK.
Exactly. So he won't know if he dies. I'm kidding.
You guys want me to Should I go out the door?
So yeah, we could just have Aedan run at the door 4 times, heal him in between each one of them, you know?
Yeah, we can do that too.
I do it.
Because the death
I
one.
smack the
All
door.
right.
It didn't
Roll a
go-
1d4, Aedan.
Hold on, I'm gonna get the fuck out of there. I'm going in the pen tomorrow.
4.
right.
Damn, I'm getting like the max like roll out of these.
All right. Roll a. Do you have one of Alesseto's stones?
Yes,
Alice,
yes, he does.
All right.
Yeah.
Roll
Yeah.
a save versus spell, Aedan.
So is the modifier a minus or a plus then with the saves?
It would be +2. You just put 2 in there.
Okay.
21. Damn.
Ooh. All right. All right. As Aedan rushes up, he hits, and an arc of lightning strikes his greatsword. And as it does so, it ripples from wall to wall to wall. Is anybody standing in this room? Belari, you're in this room, aren't you?
Well,
It basically.
yeah. Well, I'm right here.
All right. So basically, it goes. And they go from all different directions. And there's lightning bolts going all over the place. All right. Seto and Belari, save versus spell.
Boo.
Oh, so I got tagged in the shitter room?
Well, something interesting happens to you, Seto.
All right.
Okay, I'll roll a spellcraft on the star thing and see if I can figure it out.
Yes. Barely.
All right.
Woo.
Lightning goes into the room, and as it hits this wall, Seto,
Yeah.
it ignites all the methane gas in that room,
Oh.
and you get blown out. So,
Oh no.
all right, everybody takes 37 damage that was caught up in the conflagration, or half if you saved. So 18 if you saved.
That doesn't sound
Hey,
like I was around.
Do rogues like no, I might be thinking of like 3rd edition or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Isn't there a thing like, if I
Evasion.
say yeah, am I thinking of 3rd edition?
Okay.
Alright, so 37, so that's what, 16 points
18.
18 points of damage, okay. Damn.
So Belari, you're like sitting there smoking. Friggin' Aiden's got his hair's all standing up on end. Seto comes out of the shit pit and his hair is singed off because he didn't actually get hit by lightning, but all the methane gas that had built up in the shit pit exploded in that room the minute the lightning entered it.
Well, just
And-
before all this went down, I think I had said that I'm going to go up and do spellcraft on the star.
All right. You never know about Aedan. He just likes to. By the way, Aedan, the symbol for lightning is now looks like it's the rune is broke.
Damn. Just 2 more to go.
Get healed up,
Uh,
get healed up.
Yes. Gale, Papa
All right,
Gale.
Belgrakas, you'll have
Nope.
to use some good old fashioned player ingenuity now.
Yeah. This is
Warren,
ridiculous.
was this by chance impact damage that I suffered
Thank you,
from?
Papa
Or
Gale.
It was
gonna look
fire,
at it through the
fire
mirror.
damage. Fire damage. Aliseto.
oh, fire
I'm
damage?
going to look at it through
Yep.
the mirror.
All right,
Gale.
Belgrakas, you're looking at the. Where are you standing?
I'm in front of the. Let's
Go ahead and
see.
put yourself there.
I'm going to
all right.
turn around.
All right. So you start looking through the mirror and you look like you're a negative image, but the star itself now has a cyan outer ring and a magenta inner star in the mirror. And the point that was facing north is now facing south.
Okay. I step in the circle.
All right. You step in the circle. What are you doing with the mirror?
I'm keeping it there. I'm walking backwards.
All right. All right. Belgrakas, you can see yourself in the star in the mirror, and as you step backwards, once you cross this threshold, all of a sudden, Belgrakas. Oh shoot! Hold on one second. My roll 20 just shit the bed on me. Let me reload it real quick here. There
I
you
had
go.
to do the same thing.
Roll 20 is shitting so hard today.
I had to come in and out so many times.
Whoa.
That's what Silli said.
All right, Belgrakas. You find yourself standing in a large chamber, well illuminated, with a 6-point star illuminated at each corner with an ever-burning torch. There is a shelf over here that has an ever-burning torch on it, and red light is flooding in through arrow slits. There is a hallway off in the distance over here. And you are standing on the star, holding the mirror, and all of a sudden... No, I'm kidding. There's just dead silence in here.
Okay, this is not good. So to be here alone. So he is
There are-
going to.
In front of you, there are two jets of flame coming out of two piles of ash.
What else is in the room?
There's a set of double doors over here. There is a shelf over here with an ever burning torch on it, and a couple of arrow slits, basically flooding in that weird reddish light.
Okay. He's going to do the same thing he just did to teleport back.
All right. As you view the star, you can see that the inner star is red and the outer star is teal. And you reappear in the center of this star here.
Okay. He's going to go
Meanwhile,
downstairs.
you see Aedan on his ass. You see Alleseto come out with just singed hair outside of where his armor is, but he took no damage because I forgot only Alleseto would be safe in a friggin' flaming shit pit. Like, what the hell? Like, come on, man. Aedan rushes forward. So, oh, by the way, Alleseto, the rune for fire is still active.
It is.
Well, because that was lightning.
Yeah, but I'm afraid that you said there was an acid one up there.
Couldn't you just go up and purposely touch the fire one though, without the randomness?
I'm pretty sure Aedan's resistant to fire damage since he's carrying the scroll to the Freedy.
Wait a minute.
What was that, Aedan?
I said I'm pretty sure I'm resistant to fire damage since I'm carrying the scroll of Freedy, if I remember correctly.
Take a look at it there.
Okay, so appears upon the flame runes in possession
Give
of human
me.
control
You guys want to take a quick break here? 5 minutes?
Yeah,
All
sure.
right.
All right, sweet.
All right.
Hey guys, I just realized something.
Yeah.
One of those is like is that electricity rune still there?
No, that's the
No,
one that
that
was just
just
cut
went
off.
off.
Oh, okay, I thought somebody had cast the lightning bolt in it. Okay, bounced off. Never mind. Because ironically enough, I have a protection from lightning scroll.
Nope.
Golly, I wish I knew that was gonna happen. Oh man.
So yeah, I've been looking everywhere for the ceremony spell. I find the references to it for druids and for clerics, and I can't find it fucking anywhere. But then looking in Dwarven society, I found that it says, we don't actually believe in divorce. You have to die.
Guess I'm gonna have to rely on Seto or some other priest then. Damn it.
The human priest.
Yeah. Wait. Seto's like halfling, right? Do halflings
Seto's a
believe?
gnome.
Do gnomes believe in divorce?
I don't know.
It's probably the same as dwarves, because we're from the underworld. There's no point in getting divorced.
Damn it.
You guys will probably stay with your partners for hundreds of years compared to
That's right.
humans, you know?
Or we just add more partners. Could be a whole
A
that
harem.
type of society thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
could be like that too.
Well, you could go with the orcs. Orcs have marriage customs, but generally the males are not noted for faithfulness.
Yeah.
Oh, it's even got were-rats. Were-rats have marriage.
What?
Were-rats live in packs regardless of form, never being alone if they can help it. Solitary were-rats are either sole survivors or engaged in mischief. They do not form impersonal bonds. Oh, never mind. Like love or marriage. In fact, they rarely mate with their own kind. Okay, I was looking at the wrong thing.
So, what was the so Belgrakas reappears upstairs while Aedan is. Did Aedan take his damage?
Oh yeah, I took my damage.
And then he took some healing.
Oh, he took some healing. Okay.
All right, guys, get upstairs quickly. I'm gonna strike at this soon. So get
Which one are you
upstairs. Now.
attacking?
I'm not attacking you. I'm just gonna wait for everyone to go upstairs before I do it again.
All right.
Belari runs upstairs.
Can
Silly, go
Seto-
upstairs now.
Can Seto, okay. Can Seto just purposely hit the fire glyph more?
It's up to him.
Yeah,
Wait, is Seto immune to fire damage?
He is.
and cold.
Okay, so I'm gonna go upstairs too.
All right.
And wait for him to set off.
Well,
All right.
That
two
fire
hits.
one.
Seto, there's 3 runes there. Which one do you wish to touch?
After everyone evacuates, I could just do the obvious fire one.
Would Alleseto know an arcane fire rune? That's a good question. You know what? Seto, roll a 1d3. See how that goes.
Oh shit! I should have been there for him.
Ooh, Alleseto, all of a sudden it gets super cold and there is a cone of frigid ice that blasts out from the door, basically in a wide 180-degree cone that just floods this room and freezing everything solid. Do you have any immunity to ice?
Yeah, the armor of the black flame also works against cold, same way it does fire.
Ooh, damn.
Awesome.
Man.
Is that your what is it? The
My birth one,
Oh
my
yeah.
birthright. Yeah.
All right. Okay. So that rune goes dark. Now there's 2 runes left. Yes. Seto's
Yeah, I'm
still
still
alive.
alive. I can't tell which one's which, and I don't want to set off the wrong one. Can you guys help me ID these?
Somebody could make a spellcraft. Belgrakas could probably help you with a spellcraft if you
Just
I'll
can.
do
tell
that.
me tell me which one's the fire one, and I'll touch that one. So I don't.
Ooh. All right. So finally, Belgrakas makes a spellcraft. He definitely points out the fire and the acid one. The acid one is the lower left. The fire one is the upper right.
All right, and then we all go back hiding.
All right, you guys all go back to the other floor. All right, Seto, what are you going to do?
Touch the one in the upper right.
All right, all of a sudden there is this massive conflagration, and it's almost like a backdraft. All the air is sucked out of the room in the tower, and then there's this massive burst of flame that just showers everything in inferno, and there's just falling bits of ash and spewing flame, and everything in this entire room is just engulfed. That wood that was over the shit pit is engulfed. These barrels are all engulfed.
We put the barrels in in the chest.
Oh, did you?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
yeah.
There's no way in hell I would have stayed down there for all this, by the way.
This stable door is engulfed in flame, and now the all the straw is gone. Everything's been engulfed in flame. Seto just basically stands there in this conflagration like friggin' Superman in a nuclear blast, and looks around with his gnomish nose. And there's one rune left, Seto.
You want me to join you on this, Seto?
I am immune to acid.
I'm not immune to acid, and I'd be worried about your gear. If you have precious gear,
You know what?
Take
I
off your
think-
gear and just touch it.
I have an idea. I'm gonna take off. What do I have?
You have
Weapons.
a nice sword.
I have I have one sword that's like one item that's not like one weapon that's not like magical. See, what I do is that I have a battle axe in my inventory. Everybody upstairs, like my gear, I only keep my battle axe that's not magical with me.
All right.
So I go up to the ruin door, pretty much, well, not really naked, but just okay. You know what? Just in case, I'm gonna give them my clothes too. So I don't want my clothes to burn off.
Are you carrying your stone with you?
Yep,
yeah, carry the
Alright.
stone.
I'm keeping the stone with me.
And
And I
you
go up the
touch
door, butt ass naked. Actually, maybe it's not a good idea to be butt ass naked.
Wait, hey, make sure that there's like you could be healed right after a fact, because you're literally volunteering to take an acid bath here.
Yep,
Didn't-
I put some pants on. Actually, do you guys actually have an extra set of pants?
I don't wear pants.
I have priestly raiments.
I'll take your priestly raiments just in case. So I
Hold
go
on
up-
one
Actually,
second
magical
here.
vestment. Let me take a look.
This Gale is very wise.
Actually, how about I wear the priestly vestments first, and I leave my pants with you guys, and the
Oh,
priestly.
Aiden's just going through like a whole bunch of wardrobe
Aiden,
changes.
I'm sorry, Aiden, I gotta ask you something.
Yeah.
Are
From
you-
upstairs.
Are you
From upstairs.
so depressed? Are you so depressed because of what happened with your wife that you're
No.
willing to?
Okay, part of that too.
I
but
feel like you have a
okay.
death wish, Aiden.
Hold on. From
No, it's
upstairs. From upstairs, Belgrakas will say, "You know, guys, I found a way to teleport out of this room into another place."
You know what? It's already too late, Belgrakas. It's one room left.
All right.
Gale, you're down there with
I'm gonna hang.
Aiden.
I'm gonna hang out up here, in the bedroom. So
All right, Gale.
What-
let me know
Belgrakas-
if something happens.
Aiden, wait. There's a third level spell in the Great Net Prayer Book. Resist acid. It's a level 3 spell. I could cast it on him.
Okay, cast that on me. Thank you.
How long does it last? 8.
3
Alleseto?
turns. 3 turns per level. One
3
creature.
turns or 3 rounds?
3 turns.
Oh, okay. And what's it do?
It just says the spell is similar to the third level resist water. It is completely alike, save that it offers protection from phenomena that are connected to acid instead of water. Let me go to resist water then. It
Out of
reduces
curiosity, what
It
type of
reduces the damage the protected creatures take the appropriate effects by half before saving throws are rolled. It also offers a +2 bonus to saving throw against the. So it offers a +2 resistance, and it cuts the damage by half.
Damn, so I'd
Cool.
basically be getting a +4 too, since I have the rock with me.
It would be a quarter then. It would be fantastic if you make a save.
All right, so I put on the Gale's priestly vestments. I go up to the door and smack it with my axe.
All right. All right, Aiden, you smack the door with your axe, and as you rush forward, all of a sudden the door. Basically, if you've ever seen The Shining, where the blood rushes out of the elevator, that's basically what happens here. Acid just pours out of the door, covering you, So you'll have to make the saving throw.
What's the saving throw?
Let's see. What did Alleseto say? You take half and then you do a saving throw, but you get a bonus.
Yeah,
Yeah,
plus
two
2.
bonus.
Oh, so you have a +4 to your saving throw with the stone.
And what's the saving throw? Death?
Save versus spell on this one.
Okay, +4.
And the idea
Or
is,
no. Sorry, this is breath weapon. Save versus breath weapon.
and the idea is, if he makes the save, he doesn't take any, and if he fails, he takes half. Is that right?
I think if he saves, he takes 0. If he doesn't save, he takes half.
Right. That's what I
I
said.
made it
Only the other way around.
exactly.
Ooh, all right. Okay, all right. So you're awash in acid, and roll for initiative
Oh damn.
Everybody won.
as the door flies open. You guys are all upstairs, and so
I'm in a bed.
okay, you'll have to.
I'm on the stairs just around the corner.
All right.
Oh, and a
Sorry.
nice little bat. Sweet.
All of a
Jesus.
sudden, this thing flies out at you.
Oh, that's a good one.
I get
we-
it. I get really angry, and I also yell at Gale if possible quickly. Get my magic sword.
Everybody else can roll, but it's going to take. You'll have to move your full movement rate, and you've got 120 feet to move before you can get here.
Rolled a
coming down the
4.
stairs. All right, Belgrakas has a 4.
I don't know where my character is.
I'll just put him out here just so I can move him on there if he.
Oh, I rolled for Odie one, but that should have been me.
Oh, okay.
So I'm gonna re-roll. I guess I had Odie clicked. Motherfucker.
All right, Aedan. As the last rune breaks and the wall of acid rushes down over you, you're coated in acid, and so next round you have to make another saving throw. But
Yeah.
all of a sudden, this horrific creature rushes out of the room,
Is that how
beating
big it
its
is?
wings.
Oh damn.
No, it's medium sized, but it goes batshit crazy on you.
No pun intended, of course.
All right. All right. So you see its eyes are red. It's obviously in some sort of berserk form. So it's gone totally berserk.
Good times.
Damn.
You should hug it with your acid-covered self.
Oh yes. I'll do that when it gets my turn. So what does this abyss bat do to me? Is it just gonna try to eat me?
It has a claw bite, and it also has a forked barbed tail.
Damn.
And it feels like it's got a whole bunch of spells and other attacks.
Damn.
So the first thing it does is make a save versus rod, staff, or wand as it traces a rune in the air and blows it towards you like a kiss.
So save versus rod,
Yep.
staff, and wand, or just one of them?
Either
Yeah.
one.
You're getting triple penetrated.
So +2.
Rod, staff, and wand.
Oh no, I didn't make that.
All right. You suffer a -4 attack dice, -2 to dexterity. So lower your dexterity by 2 points.
Permanently or temporarily?
For
Ever.
18 rounds.
Damn.
And it flies at you and attacks. And what's your armor class with no armor on?
It's the base.
All right.
And armor class 10.
All right, it gets attack, claw, bite, tail. So claw,
Hits.
claw,
Hits.
bite,
Damn. Hits. And
tail.
hits. So
All right,
6,
1 second
9,
here.
22.
22.
Mm-hmm.
Luckily, I'm at full HP.
But that's one round. You're gonna be dead another round.
Why is wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15,
I'll
16,
be there
17.
round because I'm at the bottom of the stairs.
Yeah, Gale's at the bottom of the stairs with me.
Uh,
Negative Nancy Belgrakas.
so let's see here. Save versus poison.
Oh damn. Save versus poison.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I'll bring you back.
Oh, you're at minus. You're at minus. Oh no, no, you're not.
Plus
You-
2. Fuck.
All right, you are now -1 strength.
Fuck.
Yeah.
For how many rounds?
That doesn't go away until somebody cures your poison.
You know, between your deathly pallor and your like acid riddled skin making you look like Freddy Krueger, you could probably go back to your wife now and she might take you in open arms because you kind of look like a corpse.
And this thing flies up into the air and is floating around here about 20 feet up.
Damn.
Silly, your turn. And it looks like it's on the way up.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
All right, so we're upstairs, right? I'm upstairs.
I think you're upstairs, yes.
Yeah.
You
so-
and Odie.
Yeah. All right.
And Belgrakas.
Do we hear the creature coming from like the balcony area? What?
Make a hear noise check.
Flapping of wings, maybe.
All right, I'm gonna try. This is something Silly's not very good at because he doesn't care about that. But I could do it.
Oh my god, gosh, Gale.
All right. Nope.
Bring me
The only
back.
thing you guys hear is a little bit of commotion off in the distance, but you're not exactly sure. Sound seems to travel a little bit weird in this place, as evidenced by that whistle. You do hear Aedan screaming out in pain, though.
It's like a weird mix of like suffering pain and a very angry pain.
There's a rune of pain, symbol of pain, tattooed on your face now, Aedan.
Damn. Do I have to make a save at all?
No, that you already did and you failed.
Oh damn.
How much movement would it take me to go get downstairs?
It's 120 feet to get downstairs.
All right, I can move 90.
All right. So you could get
You know, well, he could do a double move, can he?
he could take both his actions to double move.
I don't want to like just emerge right into the middle of what the hell's happening. I want to kind of like once I get close enough, I want to like tiptoe down the rest, and not show myself.
All right. So you can get within you can get within 30 feet then. You can rush down the stairs as fast as you can. I mean, there's a few people on this stairwell. But yeah, you can get to within 30 feet, so then next round you'd be able to tiptoe down and get out.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll do that.
All right. Gale, what do you want to do? You just had stepped in the entrance of the stairwell, so you could move a couple paces out and come out into the... All right, you see a bat flitting about and is starting to head up this open area here where these weird dragon creatures or these lizard chickens are.
Gale.
That's so annoying. Okay, anyway, the bat thing is out of melee range where it's currently at.
It's 20 feet in elevation and headed up.
Gotcha. So yes. So I can continue moving down, and I
All
drop
right.
the sword.
My +2 sword.
I think you cut out again, Gale.
Drop the sword and
I drop Aedan's sword to him.
All right.
I grip. Yeah.
Aedan, you've got your sword now.
Yes, my
Yeah.
+2 sword. I hear Matrix music.
When I did my initiative, it was for an attack. Am I able to use like a spell instead?
Yes, you could. What's the casting time on it?
Casting time would be.
I guess it doesn't matter
Actually, I think
because
it doesn't have one. It'd be the same
I
as
guess
what I have.
the creature is not going to move any further this round, so yeah, it can go off this time. So yeah, that's fine.
what is it?
Cure for Aedan. 19.
All right, Aedan, you get 19 life back as
That's a
Gale
third level
touches
spell
you.
for you.
All right, Belgrakas, what are you going to do?
What do I hear from the bed?
Let's see. From the bed, which bed are you in? Are you on the couch?
I'm on the bed. The big bed.
I don't think there's a bed up here. There's a couch, a couple of sofas.
Oh, I thought that was the big bed where the mirror was. Yeah, right there.
No, those are two sofas.
Okay.
They're comfortable though, very plush.
All right. I was sitting there reading.
All right. All you heard was Aedan screaming.
And do I hear Gale's voice whispering a prayer, or do I hear any flapping of wings?
From 120 feet away. Let's see. Roll a.
Everything's frozen.
What's your hear noise check at first level, Silli? What's your base hear noise?
Look that up.
Or Belari, one of you guys.
It's different for races and shit. So
For humans?
yeah, let me look it up for humans.
All right. Because this is quite a ways away.
I mean,
And
mine is 15. It's 15 for me.
Okay, so roll a die 100, Belgrakas, and you need a 15
I actually
or lower.
can't. I have to restart my computer to do that.
Oh, okay, I can roll for it if you want, or somebody can roll for it.
I'm
All right,
having
you
this.
want-
I don't know what's going on with Roll20. It's freezing my computer.
All right, so Belgrakas, you're sitting there. The cackling of the ever-burning fireplace is loud. You did hear the scream of Aedan, but you've heard a few screams from him as he's touched ruins and random goings on down there, but nothing indicates to you that there's a abyssal bat flying up the
Yeah.
chute.
Is anyone else up here with me?
That's a good question.
Because I'd said that there was this.
Was Belari up here? Silli was up
I'm,
here with you, but
I'm-
he was running down the stairs.
I'm standing right where I'm standing. I'm kind of looking down the stairs, kind of listening.
All right, you could make a hear noise. Do you just want to hold your turn, Belgrakas?
Yeah.
All right, Belari, you could make a hear noise.
At regular or at base?
Just regular, just whatever
Okay.
your rogue skill is.
Okay. Like basically, I hear the flapping of the wings like coming up towards us.
Yes, you hear
Okay.
some sort of weird distant wings flapping in the room where Belgrakas is seated on the sofa.
All right. I yell out Belgrakas. Belgrakas, get over here! There's something coming up. So I'm yelling a warning to him.
All right.
Belgrakas, come.
Belgrakas is restarting his computer, so.
Damn.
All right. We'll let Seto go while everything's going on between Belari and Belgrakas. Seto, what are you doing?
Well, I was going to come back down to level 1 and see what was going on.
All right,
So
you're
if I
probably
come up
halfway
here-
down. You're probably halfway down by the time. So you
Oh,
could
halfway
probably
down. Oh, that's
Yeah,
a lot
you
of
could-
staircase. A lot of stairs.
Yeah, it is. So you could probably get right to the bottom this turn and just peek your head out. There you go.
All right.
Yeah, you could be to there.
All right.
You see just these horrific, long dangling claws as you look up, and they look to be ascending up this this area here that goes up to that balcony above you. Do you wish to do anything else, Edo?
No.
All right. Silly ran down this. Oh, that's the wrong
Yeah.
initiative. Aedan, what do you want to do? You just got friggin' mowed by this whatever this spat is, and it wrecked your life, and then started flying up the area.
So here's what I'm gonna do. I asked Gale and said, "Oh, could you two handle this guy for now, and so I can go back upstairs quickly and get my armor?" I asked them. I asked these two.
Doesn't it take like 10 minutes to don and doff armor?
Wait, how long does it take to put on armor?
Yeah,
10
I mean, what kind of armor do you have?
Splint. Yeah, it's probably gonna take a long time.
That's splint armor, because each armor type has different like if you do full plate, it takes like I think a full turn. But something like splint, it might only take like 1 or 2 turns. Because isn't that like more of a coat?
Splint mail is going to take you a while to put on.
Fuck it,
You'd
then
be
I-
sitting. You're just gonna have to fight in priest vestments.
I'm gonna just get into an angry rage.
All right.
You know, it
All
sucks
right.
to wait for the full like 10 rounds. Then
That's a free action though. So what else do you want to do? You're getting mad. You've got your sword. You got a full action ahead of you.
It's on melee range, right?
He's 20 feet above you.
But he has a long tail, right?
Yeah, you could try and hit the tail. His tail is dragging behind him. You'd have to jump, so you have to make a dex check and try to hit.
Oh fuck. 10 dexterity.
Oh, all right. Aedan, even with his symbol of pain, he's so enraged that he does a flying leap. And all right, because you critically passed, you managed to grab onto this thing's tail and ride it up with it. So you're now clinging to this thing's tail, and you ride along with it up the shaft.
Am I able to make an attack still?
It's like Lemmy Winks.
Let's see. Yes, you could make a roll a die 20.
Just a random die 20, or just attack roll, or just the
Just a random die 20 because you're now on the
16.
16. All right. All right. All right. So you managed to elbow smash, roll a die 100.
Elbow smash?
Yeah.
69.
All right, you don't manage to knock it out, but now you are now holding it, grabbed onto its tail, riding it up. So now it's flapping its wings and turning around, looking at you, screaming at you. And Belgrakas, Belari just yelled, "There's something flying up here," and told you to come with her.
Okay, I come with her.
All right, Belari.
Here's the thing.
You're
I'm
now in
gonna
a room
basically.
with 2 doors propped open by daggers.
Wait, where's the punch? Where's the elbow smash for the punch? I don't see it at. Are you talking about like a glancing blow or something like that?
All the
Or-
way to the right.
You know what? I am
Oh.
going to. I'm gonna basically let this door shut. I'm gonna grab that dagger, pull it, and let that door slam.
All right, the door is in the open position.
Yeah, I'm pulling out the dagger.
All right,
So
the
it can slam
door is
shut.
in the open position.
I try to push the door shut.
No,
All
don't
right.
worry about it, Belari. If it's coming up, I can protect us.
The door is held fast, Belari.
What the fuck? This is a contrarian door. It's like it's like you want it closed. It's like I'm gonna do the exact opposite of what you want me to do.
Think, Belari, think.
What's going on here is that they are stuck in the open position because that's what position they were in when Odie stopped singing and whistling.
I start whistling.
All right, what whistle sound do you make?
I try to imitate the whistle I heard because I heard them do it like a dozen times.
All right, make
So I
a
try.
charisma check.
All right. Oh. Yes. All right, here we go. Oh, come on!
Right.
I like.
Right, you whistle so bad the door like stays ratcheted open. It's so open now that you're just like you're whistling. It's like you just ate a bunch of crackers.
Oh, okay. Fuck this. I'm out of here.
All right, new round, everybody.
Oh, jeez. Woo.
All right.
I'm not a good whistler. I don't know what to tell you.
All right, go ahead and roll for initiative, everybody.
Are we rolling on from this map, Warren?
I'll put. I can move the thing down so you can roll down there too.
Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah.
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay, weird. Does this creature look undead at all?
No, it doesn't look undead. It looks outer planar.
Demonic.
Okay.
It's a demon.
Get its head.
And Aedan is somehow friggin' latched onto the tail, wearing magical, or not, just wearing random priest vestments with his bare legs trailing behind him, riding up this.
All he is, it's like he's wearing a summer dress.
Yeah, like if you
It's
could
like
just
that-
imagine the scene.
Like, remember when Conan from the movie, in the first movie, he was wearing those priest vests?
Yeah,
That's
what
pretty much it.
Except you're hanging on the tail of this thing. So, all right, Belgrakas, you're up first.
Oh wow.
I don't think our. Okay, there we go.
So I didn't.
Well, I don't.
Did
I don't
Gale? Oh
see
wait, Gale, did you
anything.
roll yet?
I was figuring out now.
All right, go ahead, roll your initiative,
there we
Gale. All right, are you in the initiative?
Nope.
I'll put you in there. What did you get?
An 8.
8. Okay.
I'll go
All
down
right.
the stairs and see if I can see the bat. I mean, the thing that's coming up.
All right, Belgrakas, you start heading down the stairs. It's 120 feet down.
Oh.
As Silli had just sprinted down. He knows. So are you heading down the stairs?
Yeah, I guess I'm heading down the stairs.
All right, Belgrakas starts moving down the stairs. How far can you get at a double move, Belgrakas?
Isn't it typically 30? Oh, no, this is second edition, right? So it's 9 inches. No, 12 inches. 120 feet. Double move is 240, isn't it? How does I don't know.
What's your
I'm
movement?
a human.
12?
I'm a human.
What's your movement? 12?
I don't know.
I think humans are 12. So that would be
12.
24 squares. 24 times 5 is 120, right?
24
Yeah.
times 5 is 120, yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, that's what it is.
All right, so Belgrakas, you would end up rushing down the stairs after a double move and end up right here next to Seto.
Okay. Do I see
All right.
anything?
You see Aedan's feet traversing upwards. And then all of a sudden, there is a screeching hiss as the thing now is diving back down. And Silli, it's your turn.
Okay. Warren, I want to run all the way back up the stairs.
All right. All right, Silli. All right, Silli. Is Odie coming with you?
Yeah, he's on my shoulder.
All right. All right, you rush all the way back up the stairs and you come out right where Belari is.
That's 120 feet. I think I can move 180.
All right.
Double movement. So I'm going to go here. And that should be my full movement, right? 30 on. No.
All right.
I still get more. 30 more. I'm going to move over here.
All right.
That's my turn.
Odie's with you. All right, Odie's with you. All right. All right, the Abyssal Bat has got Aedan on his tail. So he is going to first use his tail attack to try and shake you loose.
Wouldn't that like drag the bat down to the ground? I mean, he's a pretty heavy guy, right?
Yeah, but the bat is now swung around and whipping Aedan about like he's a rag doll and is now
Oh,
diving
okay.
down towards where Belgrakas is. And everybody heard abyssal language in their minds. And
Does he have an action, Belgrakas?
he used both of his actions to get all the way down the stairs there.
Okay, that's what that is. Okay.
All right, Aedan, you're going to have to make a dex check.
Hopefully I make it. I got lucky with the first dexterity check. I'm not sure my current dex. Oh!
Ooh, you managed to hang on to the thing's tail, and you guys both land on the ground, and it is actually unable to use its magical attack this round. So instead,
Also, oh, sorry, Warren. Could you also mark the turn order, like if like the number of rounds have passed, so it can help me track like.
Oh,
my
sure,
ability?
sure. Yeah, I can
thank
add that too. So this is round 2. I'll just put a note in here.
Thank you.
Just put a note right here.
Dude, this Matrix music is so intense right now.
There you go. There's the round. Do you see it?
Yeah, thank you.
All right. So it cannot use its magical attack this round. So all it can do is try to fight you off of it, Aedan. So you guys both land on the ground, and it's got its tail. You're still wrapped around its tail, and you've got a desperate hold of it. It's going to claw you.
That hits. That hits. No,
AC is
yeah, that hits. 7 hits.
all right, and bite.
I'm not wearing armor, so yeah,
All
that
right.
hits.
So
3, 9. What's 9 plus 6? That's 15, right?
yep, but it can't use its tail on you, and this round it was unable to use its magical attack. So that is it. So you guys are both now on the ground. It's basically now standing on its weird back claws with its tail between its legs, with you wrapped around its tail. Belari, it's your turn.
I'm gonna play the stair game and run down the stairs like everybody else. We're gonna get a lot of cardio. I swear.
Belari starts heading down the stairs. How far can you move, Belari?
I mean 12, so 120.
Are
You
you
know,
doing
but
Okay.
I'm gonna do like a double. You know, so I'm gonna get to the very bottom of the stairs
All right.
and then stop.
All right.
So I'm gonna
Belari's
get
down
like
here.
right. So I'll be right there.
All right.
And no, well actually okay, that's fine.
All right, Gale, it's up to you. You now, Aedan and the bat are on the ground. The bat is standing. Aedan is kneeling on the thing's tail.
You want to make an attack, Gale, or
There we go. Charge!
All right, +2 to hit with a charge. AC of -2. Ooh, just a miss, Gale.
damn, its AC must be really high.
Hit.
And
and
another
I'll-
miss. It's basically every time you hit it, it just shucks and jives sideways, blocking your attacks with its weird wings, and lunges forth towards Belgrakas. It's trying to get away from Aedan. Aedan, you're up.
Yeah. I'm not sure what I'm gonna attack it.
So you can either drop the tail and attack with your greatsword, or you can try a wrestling move and try to like manhandle this thing.
Wrestle with it.
All right. Because you're already holding it, you have a +4 to hit because it's grappled. So go ahead and roll to hit.
So what we want me to roll with like the standard, the
Yeah, just roll your normal THAC0 with a +4 and whatever your strength is.
okay. I'm gonna +4, right?
Yep. All right, that is a miss. Go ahead. You get a second attack.
All right. -8.
Oh, all right. Roll a die 20.
Yes. 6.
All right, you jab it right in the under. You basically have it by the tail, and then you jab it right in the face, right in its skull fucking face. And roll a die 100 +4.
Skull fucking face.
I'm not sure how to add the +4. So
Or you gouged it right in the eye. Sorry. Go ahead, roll a die 100.
1d100, but I'm not sure if it's gonna add the. So
All right.
that would be 39 +4. What's 39 +4? 40, 41, 42, 43, 43.
43. All right. No KO, but what's your strength?
14 right now.
All right. All right. So you gouge it right in the eyes, and the thing hisses at you as you dodged its fangs and stabbed it right in the eyes with your fingers, and you still got it by the tail, so it can't fly anywhere. Seto, you're up.
I ask it, do you like that, you son of a bitch?
I'm
It
going
doesn't
to
like it. It's so confused right now.
I'm going to. I see the conflict, and I'm going to go ahead and try and wrestle with it. Is it huge? How big is it?
It's medium.
I'm going to also grab a wing or something, make sure it doesn't take flight.
All right, go ahead and make a roll an attack, and you have a +4 because it's technically grappled right now because Aedan's got its tail.
Just a basic attack, eh? So
Friggin' the gnome just rushes forward, friggin' Hulk Hogan style. If anything was not what I was expecting, I wasn't expecting the party to friggin' wrestle a friggin' abyssal bat.
Bro, like literally, like, can we have someone comment on this? Like, Belgrakas, like, oh my god,
You can usually plan for stuff like, hey, what do you think the players might do? The idea of wrestling an abyssal bat didn't cross my mind, but
You didn't take into account how much of a mad lad.
Was that with your +4
I
setup?
added a +4 to that, yeah.
Yes, that is a miss. But you get a second attack.
Yeah, so I'm not sure how this whole wrestling thing works, so I'll do it again.
Yep, do it again.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh shit!
Oh fuck.
All right, you managed to get right in the area of its tail, and you dive on its tail right as the tail thrashes and thrust upwards towards you, and it stabs its tail into you, Alleseto. AC of
That's
0.
that's a hit.
Ooh, 8 damage from the tail as you dive on the thing, and the tail hits you underneath Aedan's legs as it whips around. And make a saving throw versus poison.
Ooh.
All right, you only take the damage. You don't take any strength damage. You manage to shake off the effects of the poison. What's your Thaco, Alleseto?
For standard fighter at level 8, it's 13.
Oh, 13. Okay. All right. Now we're at round 3. So everybody roll for initiative.
Yeah. Round of 3.
Just gonna move over here a while. Something. I'm about to do something.
Wait, what would be the initiative if I'm basically being unarmed grappling?
Just your regular, just roll a 1d10 with your dex.
8.
8. All right. All right. Who else is rolling initiative over there?
Me, I haven't got this one set up yet. One sec. We're gonna.
Oh, I don't think I rolled. Hold on.
All right. Now the bat is furious because Aedan's on its tail. Seto tried to jump on it, so it first it is going to use its magic-like ability to. Oh, I can only do that once per day. Oh man.
Damn.
Shoot, I was gonna symbol of pain you.
For a second time?
That's okay. What else can he do?
This bastard can keep on wrestling with me. I wouldn't mind doing that all the time.
Ooh, he is now in a berserker rage. So his armor class now is that, but he
Not
has a
much.
+2 to attack. So he is now an abyssal bat that's in a berserker rage. And just he's showing you how it's done. So 2 of his attacks, the claws, are going towards Alleseto.
Ouch.
Damn.
All right, and
Hit.
all right. So you take 8 damage, and then he's gonna bite. He's gonna bite Aedan in the face.
Yep.
All right, 4 damage, and then make a strength check, Aedan.
I'm not so confident in this one. Oh,
Oh, all right. He is unable to. Actually, he's able to use his tail, but it's at a -4.
damn. Oh my god!
AC of 6 against Alleseto.
Oh, miss.
All right, the tail tries to swipe, but Aedan manages to grab it by the base of the stinger and thrust it down. The bat is done. Belari, your turn.
Get rid of
You-
Belari.
I scream like I deactivate my ring. I scream a Xeno Warrior Princess battle cry, and I rush. I rush forward with my +2 jeweled dagger,
All right.
and I am going to grab a hold of the tail and start trying to saw the stinger off the bat's tail.
All right, go ahead and roll an attack.
All right. Okay. Do I get a bonus for pylon or anything?
No, because only Aiden's barely managing to hold it. Seto got whipped off.
All right.
AC of 3. All right, you managed to get to the tail, but you can't pierce its armored flesh. The armor
All
is
right.
too tough
So
for
what?
you.
Then can I just kind of, because like I said, I was gonna I'm trying to hold on to the tail. So can I just basically try to weigh the tail down? Like I literally kind of like wrap myself around the tail just to provide a heavy
You
weight.
get a second attack this turn. You'd have to make a wrestling attempt.
Okay.
You'll have to try that next turn, unless you get 2
Okay.
attacks this round.
No. 10th level rogue? I don't think so. Do we?
No, no.
I don't think so.
No,
Okay.
it's range.
Unless you're dual wielding.
All right, Silly, you're up.
Or do a wielding, yeah. Warren, I want to put Odie down.
All right.
I'm gonna tell him don't ever do this, and I want to jump head first and squish the abyssal bat.
All right.
My horns. Can I do that?
All right.
Can I do that silently?
You can't do it silently, but you can certainly jump up and try ram it.
I want to click my shoes and activate them.
Okay. All right. Your shoes are now active. Roll your shoe effect.
I'm choosing the shoe effect only is random with the crits.
Oh, okay.
So I'm choosing the plus the diamond shoes. Let me see. I'm sorry. I'm choosing the diamond assassin.
Oh, Diamond Assassin?
Yeah.
Okay. You could sneak up on it if you basically if you were able to silently move around here, kind of sneak around because its focus is on.
I'm 120 feet in the air. I want to jump down and headbutt it from where I am, adding fall damage and everything. You know what I mean?
Oh, because you're back upstairs?
Yeah, because I'm upstairs. I only rolled because I was going to eventually be down here.
Oh, I see. Okay, yeah. So you could move silently then. Yeah, you could make a move silent check because basically you're diving off the thing.
Yeah.
You are going to take fall damage.
Yeah, that's fine. But
all right.
Could I add that to like him too? You know, would he take some of that if I connect?
Yeah, he probably would actually. All right, so Silly, you dive off the pillar and leap at the abyssal bat that's now on the ground. Don't critically miss because you got a bunch of friends down there.
Yeah.
Damn.
All right, so your move silently is working. Your diamond assassin is activated, and now you are falling head first towards this thing.
Fuck.
Poor Silly. Right. So here's how this plays out. All right. There's this magical attempt as Silly just swan dives forward, horns facing down towards the abyssal bat. The abyssal bat is writhing, and as he does so, he writhes out of the way, and Silly face plants right into. Silly, you face plant right into friggin' chicken head here. Make a save versus death.
Damn.
Who,
Don't
me?
fail, man.
Yep.
Me, okay. Info tracker. Death.
And you remember you have a stone. Okay, Sully.
Does he make it?
No, I failed.
No.
All right, you take 47 damage as
I'm
you
unconscious.
hit the ground.
Poor Silly.
So
I
silly.
tried, man. I tried something crazy.
Silly, you put a massive crack in this flagstone below you. You're just laying there, and blood is coming out of your ears. Meanwhile,
Silly
like,
broke his.
Odie screams from above and starts floating down with his little wings. So you'll make it down next round. Aedan, what are you gonna do? Hold on one
Keep
sec,
on
guys.
Sorry. Damn it, silly. Why'd you have to go on like this?
Oh, I would have destroyed him with that attack.
Would have destroyed him. Would have.
Yeah, what are you gonna do? It's a game.
Yeah. Sucks though. It would have been epic
Yeah.
though.
I'm only
All right.
unconscious.
That one, and bleeding.
Yeah, I'm bleeding, but yeah.
All right, there's blood coming out of Silly's ears. Aedan, you just felt this huge crack as a friggin' satyr swan dived dead first into the ground next to you.
I'm like, damn, silly, and I keep on wrestling and punching this, wrestling with this thing and punching it.
All right, go
Okay.
ahead, make the attempt.
All right. +4. No.
And your second attack?
All right, let's do that. +4.
What's your Thaco? Hold on a second. What's your Thaco?
My Thaco is
13
fucking high.
actually.
You talking to me?
Your
or-
Thaco's 13? Oh, you rolled a 2, didn't you, Brian? Yeah, you did.
I think so.
Yeah, you rolled a 2.
Sucks.
So I barely
right.
missed.
Your second attack,
Oh damn.
Aedan?
So +4. -11.
Oh,
Oh, I made it.
oh, bam. All right. You managed to grab your leg and try to put it into a friggin' joint lock. And go ahead and roll a die 20.
All right. Jiu-Jitsu Berserker.
Ooh. Oh, you do a headlock on it. So now, so now you've got a headlock. So now you've got your legs threaded around its tail, and you've got it in a headlock. And roll a die 100.
Holy moly. What'd I get? 46.
All right, you don't manage to cut the blood off, but now it has a negative to hit you with the bite and with the tail.
Damn.
All right, Seto, what are you going to do? This thing is now, Aedan's got his legs entwined around this thing's tail and his arm wrapped around the thing's head. It's a friggin' abyssal bat and a headlock.
I saw Silly's head plant, and if I think he's still breathing, I'm gonna cast Cure Serious Wounds on him.
All right, go ahead. Ooh, dang, 26, Silly. You come back to, and you see this massive friggin' crack you put in this flagstone.
Did I kill it? Oh. I need a drink.
All right, Belgrakas, you're up.
Belgrakas says, Silly, is there something up there? Like, what? Did something push you?
No, I was trying to kill it.
Meanwhile, there's this abyssal bat that's on its feet, basically, but it's hunched over with Aedan, with its head in a headlock, and its eyes focus on you, Belgrakas, and it screeches at you, and it screams.
What does it say?
Mirror! And then it tries to fight itself forward and get to you.
Well, I just shoved 5 glowing force missiles up its ass.
Ooh, all right.
17
Now,
points.
First thing it's going to do. All right, the missiles come at it, and you see it steal its eyes forward. Ooh, as the missiles hit it, they basically it puts its wing up, and the missiles unaffectively bounce off of it.
Oh, damn.
This thing looks at you, and then it looks down at the two things that are causing it distress, and it still tries to rush at you, Belgrakas, but it's held fast.
All right, I'm going to go back up the stairs.
All right, how far?
Well, as far as I can go.
Okay, yeah, you can move your move up the stairs.
My thing is I'm going to go into that I'm going to go into that teleportation chamber.
Oh,
And I'm
okay.
going to teleport to that other room.
All right, you'll be able to activate that next round
Okay.
on your initiative, but you're able to get up to. You are able to get to. Where is Belgrakas?
Because we don't want him to get the mirror. That's for sure.
All right, so Belgrakas, you are there. So next round, you'll be able to do your action. Gale, you're up. This thing is going berserk and trying to now fly up, but he's got himself weighted down by Aedan, who's got him in a headlock and his tail between his legs. So any attack, it's +4.
Gale?
Where's Gale?
We can't hear
Gale,
him.
you
It
just
looks like
saw
you just...
you just saw magic missiles bounce off this thing's wings ineffectually.
He hit him with his staff.
For one.
Ooh,
that was
Gale. All right, that is a miss, Gale. The thing manages to block with its other wing. Do you get a second attack?
Not this turn.
All right, new round.
All right. A 1d10 for initiative.
Ooh, that thing's still
I
got that
rolled an
shitty of
8.
initiative. I didn't roll that bad of initiative.
I rolled a 4.
4. All
I
right.
rolled an 8.
Belgrakas has got a 4.
Crack ass.
I rolled an 8 for initiative.
All right. Aedan's got a. All right. Silli. Did you roll for Odie? Because Odie is now down here. He flitted down.
Oh, he did.
Could you put me?
Yep.
Could you put me in the turn order? Because I just rolled the regular 1d10.
What did you get, Aedan?
An 8.
All right.
He should knock out
Aedan.
some eyeballs. Just gouge out some eyeballs with his Grig feet.
All right, Belgrakas, you are up first.
I go up those stairs and look in the mirror and teleport in that other room.
All right,
Yeah.
Boink.
Belgrakas, you rush over here, hold the mirror up with you in it and the star in it, and you end up in this room. It's strangely very quiet in this room.
Odie rolled a 3.
Yes, I'm going to maintain the quiet.
All right, now the abyssal bat. It's got its head in a headlock and it sniffs the air, and then it tries to make a beeline towards one of these portals. Belari, you're up.
Warren, Odie rolled a 3.
Oh, Odie rolled a 3. Okay, let me put him in there.
Can it even get through them?
Well, he's pretty held up right now. Imagine a dog with the guy that's now angry and trying to get. He's got his eyes focused on here, whereas he was focused there. So Odie's up first.
I'm gonna tell Odie, go invisible.
Okay. Odie is now invisible. And what do you want Odie to do?
Just stay over there. Where we got the barrels.
All right, you can move him around. He's your henchman.
Yeah, I got you. Just gonna move over here.
All right.
And that's Odie's.
All right, Belari.
So the abyssal bat is kind of trying to struggle moving forward and trying to get where again?
He is trying to he's trying to make a beeline towards this arrow slit. Whereas you saw him trying to go for Belgrakas, who missiled him, and he was screaming out mirror, and then Belgrakas ran up the stairs, and then now this thing is aiming towards this arrow slit.
Okay. I am going to, like I said, jump on its tail and grapple its basically trying to just create a weight on the very end of its tail.
All right.
And just hold on for dear life.
All right, make an attack +4.
Okay. Let's see here. I'll just roll a d20. I need to put in like grapple attack in my things, but whatever.
What's your THAC0?
My THAC0 for a 10th level rogue is
16.
Is 16. Okay,
right.
so it's gonna be a
roll
d20
+4.
plus 4. Okay. Oh, come on.
All right. Well, you dive over. This thing is thrashing. You do a flying leap over and land on the other side of the thing's tail.
All right, I crawl away. I'm like,
right.
okay, I'm out of my element.
All right, Silly, what do? This thing is thrashing around. You just came back to life after headbutting into the ground.
Warren, can I move over here and then from this position sneak to him and try to backstab him?
Yes, you'll have to make a successful move silent and roll and hide in shadows.
Okay. Here's my hide in shadows.
All right, you managed to get the hide in shadows piece, and all right, then you sneak forward and rush and attack as this thing is thrashing about in a headlock and get right behind it as Aedan manages to turn it around while it's in the headlock.
Come on,
and
Silly. Fuck.
Oh, Silly misses again. You swipe over, and as you do so, it lifts its wing and spins around just in a random bit of turning. Gale, you're up. Silly's like,
Okay,
damn it.
can you hear me okay still?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, so does this creature look like it's from a different plane of existence?
Yes, it does.
Wait, can we kill this thing instead of banishing it? Because I want its head.
Would its head still be here?
We haven't really been able to.
Yeah, we haven't been
no.
exactly successful in that endeavor.
I've been successful in dispelling magic, and I don't want to banish this thing even if we're successful because I want its head. I don't want its body to disappear.
It wasn't my choice yet anyway, so let me give it a shot.
Are you gonna grapple it or smack it with your stick?
Oh, that is a big hit. You
Finally
crack
hits.
it. Aedan spins around and you crack it right in the skull, Gale.
All right, so just the first one hit.
All right.
$11 damage.
Oh, damn. All right. You crack it and its eyes get a little bit ruddy, and now it's still trying to turn its eyes, look towards the window. Aedan, you're up.
I'm gonna keep on wrestling with this bastard.
All right, go ahead.
And roll the wrestle.
Yep.
Yeah. Look at a 12.
Oh, damn. All right, Aedan, go ahead and roll a die 20.
2.
2. Let's see. You can, because you have it in a headlock, you can. Oh, that's a second headlock. Okay. All right.
Does that mean I just sink the headlock deeper in?
Yeah, you sink it deeper. So now roll a die 100.
89. I'm guessing that doesn't do it.
All right. The thing is now knocked out.
It
sinks
is?
to the ground. Yeah. You're so lucky.
All right, I get
You had a let's see. You got a headlock. You needed an 85 or better. You got an 89. All right, so it sinks to the ground, knocked out cold as you've got your head around it and legs wrapped around the tail.
All right, since it's knocked out, I stand up and I yell at the top of my lungs. I grab my +2 longsword and I smack and I try to cut it at its head. While it's
All right. You manage to basically take a clean swipe at it, and its head comes clean off of its body. And as it does so, the head and everything shrivels and dissipates into dust, except for there is a weird, like, miniature set of, like, stubby set of wings. Like, its backplane wing spar is left there with this weird black leathery shroud.
So what does that mean? We get its wings?
If you want to keep it, you could write down abyssal bat wings.
Huh.
All right, I'm gonna grab its head and I'm also
No,
gonna
it's
grab
not
its bat-
Seto.
Oh, I'm gonna grab its head and also grab its bat wings too.
Its head dissipated into the ether, but all that's left is this like section of its bat wings.
Is that a good trophy for the alimony?
Well, you'd have to have Belgrakas. Does anybody have the Outer Planes lore?
I do, but I'm
Okay.
in this other place.
Right. All right. So now everybody, that was the randomest thing that I was expecting is to see you guys wrestle an abyssal bat. I guess it was effective.
But what's
If I
the
would've-
No kidding.
If I would have hit it from diving off the balcony,
That probably would have killed it because you would have. How much damage did you take?
I took 47.
Yeah, you would have probably taken that plus your backstab damage, so that probably would have killed it.
Is it okay, Warrant, if I go upstairs and grab my usual gear, take off the priest clothes, and put on my regular gear back on?
Yes, you can do that.
All right, I'm gonna go upstairs quickly, put my gear back on, and go back downstairs.
All right.
The rest of the guys. Also, neutralize the poison from you guys. So
now
I
you're
get-
back at normal strength and dex.
hell,
Was that-
yeah.
Was that healing?
That was 2 different spells for him.
Okay.
So I neutralized the poison and gave him 16 health.
Can you heal me too, Gale?
Yes, I can, my little broken friend.
Thank you. I tried
Yeah,
something
believe-
reckless.
Friggin' Aedan got a knockout on a friggin' abyssal bat. Like he rolls an 89.
Fucking awesome.
Damn,
You
21
had to
hit points
roll.
for
You
ya.
had to roll a headlock
Perfect.
and a friggin' 89 to knock that thing out. And you
Oh,
managed
nice.
to
That
do
puts
it.
you to max, silly.
Yeah, it does. Thank you.
Only a madman like me will be able to do such so.
All right, so Aedan now has a bit of renown because not only has he basically fought forth death runes and survived, he also had knocked out an abyssal bat.
It's like is like
Oh, this guy's like invincible.
Is wrestling such a creature like a legendary feat though? Like how? what
That's
is
pretty
the equivalent-
close. Did
is
you
this
put
like
in
the-
your Did you put in your gear abyssal bat wings?
Yeah, I put it in my notes for my equipment section.
All right, give me a second, guys. Here.
Is like wrestling with abyssal bat like the equivalent like wrestling with a tiger or some shit like that?
I
what I'm
would think
saying?
it's more intense than a tiger.
Yeah. Dude, this
'Cause,
is like
yeah,
myth.
even if you hurt the tiger, it might run away, but this thing would
Well,
just keep going to try to kill you no matter what.
Well, the abyssal bat would stay until like I'm dead. So yeah, this is a more worthy feat.
And
Tiger would
it's not
probably
doing
eat
it
you.
to eat. Yeah, it's not doing it to eat you. It's doing it to kill you.
So yes, my prowess for battle has grown. Silli, you're a bard. You can tell the story of how I wrestled with such a creature.
I can sing pretty well, but I'm not really a bard.
You can sing. You can sing. You can sing about my my endeavors of what I was able
I'm,
to do.
I'm also more of a dancer.
You can dance about what I've done.
Yeah, maybe me and Audio.
If you want to,
we could write a song or something.
you can dance if you want to.
Yeah,
Give your wings.
I'm keeping these wings for now.
Yes, that was a legendary face plant too.
Was. It almost instantly killed you.
I mean, I don't know why we're not talking about that. It was epic.
I was thinking, oh shit, I'm gonna have to use my raise dead spell here.
I would have killed it. I definitely would have killed it because I do a shitload of damage now. Let me
Well,
just
we've now
roll
proven he is very hard-headed. That's for sure. Silly.
With the 47 on top of this. Roll. It would have died.
160.
It would have been 200, over 200 points of damage.
All right. So
Wow.
what happened now?
I just wanted to test to see if I would have hit with the diamond
Oh.
assassin, you know?
Instead, you swan dived into the ground.
Yeah.
All right, Odie is invisible. There is a dead abyssal bat ash heap here now, and
Belgrakas is missing.
Belgrakas is missing. And Aedan has a section of abyssal batwing.
Yeah.
There's just an ash pile here.
That was really cool, Aedan. Good job.
I know. What a great feat that I performed.
I was just trying to squish it with my horns.
And you failed
I did.
amazingly.
I rolled
It's
a
okay,
fucking-
Silly.
I rolled a 4.
It's okay, Silly. I
There's
keep
Silly's
kissing your
crack.
cheek.
There's Silly's crack. Memorialized forever. Silly's crack and Aiden's ash heap.
Yeah. Why? What? Wait. Never mind. I don't want to touch those.
Thank God
ashes.
Seto healed you, because you would have bled out in 3 more rounds. Silly.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, you guys recover yourselves. Belari, you come over after seeing that craziness, and you realize Belgrakas is missing.
Where is
Belgrakas is
Belgrakas
missing. Wait a minute! Didn't we see him running up back the stairs?
Yeah,
Matter of
he's
fact,
bled up the stairs.
He had to run past me. So I said he ran upstairs for some reason.
Oh, because he was afraid. What a wuss.
Let's go
Did he
beat up
run
that coward.
upstairs or downstairs?
Maybe he was trying to do what I did and try to jump off.
Did he run upstairs or downstairs?
I think upstairs. What, to this portal? To end up within this portal, I think.
Well, you can choose whether you're running up or down.
Does the direction of the star change at all?
No, the direction of the star has not changed at all. However,
I would expect that it does, though, right? From what they say?
make a diagnostics check, Seto. All right, Alleseto.
All right.
All right. So I could tell that Belgrakas was here. So I found some hair.
Yes. Like, what are they able to do in this area?
I think at
The
this
only
point we have to wait for Belgrakas to come back. If he claimed he left through here.
damn. What the hell is that? What is that?
So I guess Belgrakas, after waiting, I don't know, 10 minutes, 15 minutes,
All right.
well, look what's down that corridor.
All right. Belgrakas takes a look-see down the corridor. And
Assuming everything's been quiet.
all right. I'll show you what you see here. There's a red light cascading in through the arrow slit at the end of the hall, Belgrakas. And there is a door off to the left.
Detect magic.
All right. You cast Detect Magic, and both of these weird ashen flaming, there's a wisp of flame coming out of each of these pieces of ash. Both stars radiate magic.
Conjuration.
Yes. Alteration mixed with conjuration, although this one is conjuration stronger with a little bit of alteration and a little bit of abjuration.
Okay.
You don't sense any other magic in your field of view, no.
And then over here
Over where?
and on the doors
No, the doors do not radiate magic.
and no runes.
No runes on the doors. Nope.
I will open the door.
All right. You test the door, and the door is locked.
I will cast knock.
All right. You cast the knock spell, and as you do so, the door opens, and inside is what looks to be a strange ritual room with a glowing, swirling orb in the middle of a rug with some sort of heraldry on it. And in the corner, there are two chests.
Detect magic is still up.
All right. This radiates a strong magic. The chests do not radiate any magic.
Do the chests appear to be locked?
Each of them has a hasp with a keyed discussion plate on it, yes. And it looks to be fairly expensive locks.
Okay. What kind of magic is radiating from this orb?
This orb is a strong alteration magic.
Hmm.
And it looks like it's strange because it looks like off in the distance, if you peer into it, you ever seen one of those snow globes where you shake the snow?
Yeah.
It looks like a scene of a tower standing in the center of a city.
This tower? This city?
Hard to tell. It just is a kind of a random, because it's if you've ever looked at one of those snow globes, it always shows like an abbreviated skyline. But it does show an obvious wizard's tower and an obvious city. And it's sitting underneath kind of an azure blue sky, and the sky kind of scintillates, and every once in a while it kind of darkens and then lightens as if it's going through the cycles of day and night.
I'll try to exercise some will over what's inside the orb.
All right, you focus your will on it, and as you do so, it does not seem to respond to your mental prohibitions.
Okay.
Hmm. Okay, I will pick up the orb.
All right. As you move forwards to grasp the orb is set fast in what looks to be a large wooden table that is about 4.5 feet in diameter, and it's affixed, like it's attached somehow into this table, this platform.
Oh, okay. All right. I will sit in the chair.
All right. You sit in the chair, and you can see the vision of this strange kind of tower in this cityscape.
I'll put my
And it
hands on the
doesn't-
orb and focus on it.
All right, you put your hands on the orb, and as you focus on it, you see a strange kind of vision. You see yourself looking in the tower, and as you're looking in the tower, you look. It's almost as if you're looking out through a curved piece of glass. And as you're looking out through this curved piece of glass, you look to your left, and you see a bookshelf with an array of books on it and a lockbox. And you look to your right, and you see a candle burning and what looks to be a desk with some parchments spread out up before it.
And I'm getting the sense that that's from within the tower.
You the
Or am I
vision
getting the
looks
sense that I'm
very
connected to somebody else?
the vision looks like it could be housed within the tower. Yes.
Do I get the sense that I'm looking through someone else's eyes?
You don't get the sense that you're looking through somebody else's eyes. You get the sense that you're peering into a tower somewhere, and you're peering into a like a someplace with bookcases and a desk.
And the sky is azure.
The sky is azure, yes.
And it's not like a hellscape, it's just like a world normal.
Yes, like a normal world.
Okay. All right. With detect magic still up, I will look at these doors here.
All right, these doors, they radiate magic, and it is one second here. Alteration on the door.
Okay. Any runes?
No runes on this door.
Okay.
There are some small symbols etched into the scutcheon plates on the locks.
Does it look familiar? Like perhaps
magic.
it's some sort of a wizard lock?
That's what it looks like to you.
Okay. All right. I will go back upstairs.
All right. All right, you guys are frantically searching around for Belgrakas, and all of a sudden, Belgrakas reappears. He regales you of tales of his times in the wherever he was. And
Yeah, I tell everybody what I saw.
then everybody reflects on their accomplishments and get experience. Let's see here. I'm gonna keep forgetting. Well, Aedan, it's a little bit of a comfort because you lost 12,000 experience.
Damn.
What level is Gale now?
He's about to hit level 10.
Ooh. Oh, well, we'll see if this puts him over. Because he did that.
200.
Literally, I was like 200 or something like that from hitting
Oh,
them.
okay. Alleseto, how many times did he cast that stone spell on those stones, Alleseto?
Twice, I believe.
Twice? Okay. All right. Let's. Let's see. Belari. Let's see. All right. Silly. Almost died.
I'm gonna need to figure out what exactly I'm gonna do because I either need to get my wisdom up or possibly start going into another class.
We need to
'Cause I
get your
can't-
wisdom up for sure. You need those high level spells, no?
It'd be nice, yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. I either need to get my wisdom up by 2 points, or I need to switch to a different class.
Wow.
Well, I thought didn't Belgrakas raise his intelligence?
Yeah, it could have been
Yeah, you
intelligence
just need.
or
We need to
wisdom.
find some gems to get that over to you. Yeah, get some gems to get a gem of insight or something made.
Well, we can definitely do that.
Or we
I
can
think-
find some, maybe find some magic books or something.
Something.
Oh, Belgrakas, do you think you could help me with the ritual?
Right now?
I mean, not right now if we don't have the time, but like the ritual is called. Oh, I'll put on roll 20.
What is that for? I've never heard of it. Or have I?
Warrant might know. I don't know. Like, I kind of want to know what you know.
Have I heard of this, Warrant?
Roll a. Do you have any ancient history or anything?
I do.
Okay. Go ahead and make a roll there.
Okay. Roll 20 is being stupid. Okay.
Oh, wait, that's not the right name, I think.
Yep.
I think that's the right name, yeah.
I made my roll.
Okay, let me send it over to you, Belgrakas.
Do I know what it does, though, Warrant?
That's
Okay.
what you know from ancient history and from some of your studies of the planes.
Yeah, this is it's a ritual that awakens something inherent in the person who receives the blessing of the ritual. How did you come across this? What do you think it will do for you?
I'm not sure, but I would like to know. I would like to go through this ritual if I can.
But how did you find out about the ritual? Like what do you think it's going to do for you?
I'm not sure.
Well, then why do you want to do it?
My my wife always asked me to do with her. I might as well figure since I'm gonna get a divorce from her, I'm gonna, you know, do one last thing with her if that's gonna be the last thing with her. You know what I'm saying?
She's a witch, yes?
Yeah.
Well, a witch needs to do the ritual, and she needs to have a piece of an abyssal denizen.
We have it.
How so? That
The
creature is
wings
dead?
The wings of the abyssal bat.
Oh, excellent. Well, that should work. Although it's probably going to kill you, you know.
Probably.
or make you insane.
Who knows? Anything
Mostly-
to anything to get her
most-
off my back.
But mostly that ritual does one of those two things when it awakens whatever it is inside you. Are you sure you want to go through it?
Anything to get her off my back.
Really?
Yes. You don't know what it's like with her.
Well, you're adventuring with us. I mean, you're not really.
I'll be back. I'll be
with
fine.
her.
I'll be fine. If I can survive, if I can wrestle with that with an abyssal bat, and if I can survive a ruined door like this, then I should be able to survive that ritual.
Listen, have you ever tried just marriage counseling?
No, I don't want to do it anymore. I don't want to do that.
I could see in a way where Aiden's coming from. He's like, F it, if I could wrestle an abyssal bat to its death, maybe that's the gods telling me something. So, all right.
No,
Well,
Belari, I don't.
I
need
gotta
marriage
bounce off
counseling.
here, guys. But
I do
I'll catch
too.
you on the next one. Next Sunday I will be on duty, but we may be able to do it during the week. I'll have to look at what my schedule is. But
Can we not? I mean,
Week is
that.
during the week's going to be bad for me this week too.
okay, we might just
Yeah.
skip a week then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
please, because
right.
I can't do. You guys do. If you guys did it like later at night on a, but you guys do it too early.
All right, yeah. We can just skip a week. We'll chat on Roll20 or on Discord throughout the week. So
Cool.
we'll see what's going on. All right, I'll see you guys.
Thank you.
All right,
Bye-bye.
guys.
All right.